news driven because earnings have been pretty good and they have been, but the market got so far ahead of itself.
I don't see any pullback. Where's the pullback? It's
Well,
like a
it was
blip.
trying to. It just got overheated.
This is like this is nothing compared to anything in the past. Like this little,
Oh,
oh my
but
gosh, it doesn't
it's a
just go up.
whopper. It's a big deal on SanDisk, WDC, AVGO. You know,
Yeah, they
this.
got way ahead of themselves. Going exponential is dangerous, as I was here beating the drum every day for days, and they got to take a rest, man. They can't
Yeah,
just keep going straight the
no,
fudge up.
I think this is healthy.
We got to take a step back. It's like stretching a rubber band.
Hmm.
Eventually, it either breaks and you zap your hand, or it slips and you zap your other hand, and um, so you got to be careful. You got to be careful when these things go ridiculous. We've shown off this chart time and time and time again. When they go vertical, call it a bubble or not, it's the market cycle. I call it the bubble pattern, but and little mini bubbles form all the time in the market that make up a bigger bubble. And you can say this time's not a bubble if you want to. All the things are indicating it is, but we can keep this party going for a long time, way longer than anybody can bet against it. So this is the chart for that right here. We're hanging around 30K right now. Pull this over. 30K on NASDAQ, right? What this is the dot-com bubble drawn on top of current price action. The red was the current, at least up and through like September, October. We've grounded on up in here and we started this exponential part, but this thing can keep going. 40K. Now S&P though may see more volatility, which is kind of what we're starting to see right now. If we And this is just mirroring the dot-com bubble. Crazy enough. Now, the internet wasn't a fad. It wasn't made up nothing, wasn't not profitable in the end. AI, same thing. It's not that it doesn't make some money. Even during the dot-com bubble, there were plenty of websites that made money, plenty of things that were making money, plenty of that, telecoms that were making money, but it got too far too fast, too hyped up. And then we brought it back to reality. And I think just based on human behavior, that's probably what we're going to see in AI, but we could still be just down here.
Well, you hit the nail on the head. It's more of a human behavior issue than it is a bubble because America is great at creating bubbles. So
Yeah.
it's more of a human behavior thing than it is saying this AI is a bunch of junk. A lot of it's going to work real well, but investors just get so far ahead of themselves, it can't possibly fulfill the valuation.
Yeah, look at this one. This is one of my favorite ones that went crazy. Look at this. Straight the heck up. Just happened to go public at the perfect time. mRNA just happened to have the right ticker. Just happened to have a big turbo boost. We're all going to die. But then it came back down. What went right along with it? Pfizer. Absolute straight up. And then came all the way back down. Even went lower. Now, it's not that Moderna and Pfizer don't make things that make money, but they got too far too fast.
The hype on Moderna was insane.
It was. And it
Even
came.
some really well-respected guys that I respect thought it was, yeah, the next thing.
I mean, that went from 12 to 480.
That's what I'm saying.
But
with
then now we've come all the way back down into the, $20 and $40 area. If we break out, this thing could go on another run. We could be looking at this thing up here. Like I'm not ultra bearish on it. I just, the pattern's the pattern. And this has potential to come back up to like 12,000. Is it going to do it any reasonable time? I don't know. Like that could be like 2040s, 2050s, 2060s. Right now, it's still in a downtrend. So, I mean, we make little bubbles all the time. GME was another one. Call it a meme stock, whatever. It was a bubble. It went straight the heck up.
look at that thing, man. Did you do anything with it? I never did.
I made money off of it. But then it hasn't actually come back to reality yet. It's just bleeding sideways. This chop period is taking forever. When it finally does break down, it's probably gonna break down pretty vicious. That first initial chop is taking a while, and eventually it'll probably take a dip back down here. Eventually, not today, not tomorrow, maybe years from now. I had a list, Jack. This just kind of ties into something I thought about to talk about last night, and just coincidentally ties in. Let me find the list here. Yeah. So if you had put $10,000 into these IPOs, how do you think you'd be right now? Sears, Enron, Nikola, 23andMe, WeWork, JCPenney's, Pets.com, WorldCom, Blockbuster, Radio Shack, Lehman Brothers, Bed Bath & Beyond. I mean, I could keep naming. If you put $10,000 into each of those IPOs, how would you be doing right now?
Zero.
Zero. So companies can go to zero. Not everything is
Yeah.
awesome.
And we're going to see a lot of that in the AI business. As
I
far as the
think, yeah,
models go, that's not going to be a big deal. Uh, the build out, that'll be a big deal. But they're not all going to work. All these software companies, a lot of networking companies just won't be able to survive.
Google probably be all right. They've
Yep.
been on the AI for a long time.
Well, they're diversified now. That's the other thing. You get one of these little companies like we talked about that's 100 billion or whatever, and they might not make it
IBM had first mover advantage, but you couldn't tell it on this chart.
on everything, especially quantum computing. Look what they've done with that. Nothing.
They just haven't been able to turn it into shareholder value.
Poor execution.
And then we got stuff like applying the digital. This thing, little $10 million company. What does that mean? Jack and I haven't been able to figure it out. They don't make any money. You look over here, they lose money like crazy. COGS is not the big cost. They've got expenses and adjustments that eat their lunch. Looks like they took on a bunch of debt too. Not sure why, but they did. They don't seem to, 205 employees. This one may not survive.
That's a tiny, tiny, tiny company. Might not be big enough to make it.
This is what's funny is like companies this size, most of the time are considered small businesses.
I was just going to say mom and pop.
Yeah. Yeah, you can have a
You know,
small
I know
business, like a
plenty
small
of
local business that
people.
has 200 people.
Easy. Yeah, that's a mom and pop type business right there.
But it's public, has a $10 billion valuation, and it's in the AI hype. And look at that. That beautifully worked out. Like we did that trade. I wrote it
Yeah, I'm
up.
gone.
got out, and it's pulling back.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
why,
went
like,
long. I almost didn't
this is why I get on the train,
and get
and then
off.
when it hits the target, I leave it alone.
Yeah, I did the puts with you. I also went long, but after we looked at the website, I sold it at like 46 or 45.
And so Jack and I have a theory that if your website looks like these guys' website,
Like it's solving the world's problems,
it's got
that
all
it's
this.
probably a scam. They're not forging any intelligence, folks. I like that.
This right here looks like that could
It's
be off the Fermi website right there.
right off of Squirmy's playbook.
And
It's not illegal to show pictures on your website,
yeah, I
even if
mean,
it's not related to anything you're doing. Where
so
are these guys located?
heck if I know. Let's see.
Texas or California?
They may not even tell us.
Yeah. Maybe on the contact us.
What Applied does, this is who Applied is. We're forward thinkers, resilient, innovative
Fine.
designers.
Could be people, right? Not
How,
concepts.
how do you make money?
Click on the contact, see if
That's probably just a web
this
form.
or California, it's gotta be.
Oh, it's Dallas, Texas, right there. Corporate headquarters.
Yeah. A lot of not, California used to be full of a lot of, let's just say, not straight up companies, but Texas is giving them a run for their money anymore. And I love Texas, but boy, they let them get away with a lot of easy stuff. They got their own exchange now
Did that go
too,
live yet?
so they could do it,
Did that go live yet?
huh? Yeah, I think so. What companies will be gone in 10 years? Yeah, Indus, that's a good question. It's a little early to tell because valuations are ridiculous.
No, the Texas Stock Exchange
Yeah,
has not yet
too
gone
much to
live.
go. Texas hasn't?
Yeah, it's due to go live in 2027.
Yeah.
The TXSE.
2027. Yeah. I don't even know why they're doing that. Is it just going to be Texas companies?
I have no idea. I mean, but you said, running the stock exchange stuff is like printing money, so why not make one? Yeah.
Business. You just need a telecom infrastructure, high speed access.
I don't know.
Dallas has plenty of it.
So
I
there you
don't
go.
know.
That's
I don't know why they want to compete with the New York.
the only national securities exchange headquartered in Texas.
Yeah. It's a unique state, unlike any other state. They were their own country at one time. It's just tremendous pride Texans have.
Alrighty. And let's see. Oh, I just got filled on something or other. Made $1. I made $1.
I
Played
did the
NASDAQ for
PL.
a small bounce.
Where are we on PL?
PL pulled back a little bit today. Take a look. Yeah, it pulled back a little bit. So if you didn't get into it yesterday with us, you could probably get lower strikes, more safety. Although it's about the same price.
Yeah, it's held up good. That's one thing I like about it. It hasn't been overly hyped. It hasn't gone straight up, and it doesn't really get beat up. If there was going to be a little bloodletting in it, it would probably be today.
We'll see how that one goes. I mean, it's a pullback. We were down at 35, right? Yeah, 35. So down here, and we're going to be out way before earnings because we're only going to for this Friday, at least so far. I'll have to make a decision next, Friday later the week. So if you want to know what we're doing with it, come back later in the week. But so far, this is just cruising in the trend. Expected to do more of that right there. I like it. I mean, I still like the pick. And for anybody that wasn't here yesterday, how we found that pick, we came in here, we were looking at FinViz. We've talked about this a few days in a row now. How do you come up with stuff to trade with the income harvester of the wheel besides getting the Kraken report or, listen to Jack and I? You pop on, any of these scanners. There's tons of them. FinViz is an easy one. It doesn't require you to even log in. And you just start filling out some information that matches what you would be looking for. What kind of stock would you want? I like to find stuff that's kind of mid cap, 2 billion or more in market cap. The price, I don't like stuff under 20 bucks. So I'm going to go over 30 bucks on my requirement. Maybe you like cheaper stuff. You do you. Jack and I both kind of like stocks that trade over 1 million shares a day. We like it to have some liquidity. Move some shares. Easy to get in, easy to get out. You moving 100 shares doesn't move the stock price. Now, if you do stuff that's like under 50,000 a day and you were to take like 50 contracts, you'd be the entire market. So that makes a big difference. I like to be a fly on the wall. Just collect a few bucks and be out of the way. So over 1 million shares. I like it to have options. And then technical wise, Jack suggested we look for stuff in an uptrend, so above the 20-day moving average. We like to have options that actually pay you to do this, so a beta over 1.5. And with those 6 criteria, we've whittled the list on FinViz from like 5,000 stocks down to 31. Now, the quick way, instead of you could just grab this and give it to AI and tell it to build a common list of the tickers and throw it in TradingView, but you can just start putting your hand over the ticker here and look for a chart that looks reasonable. Maybe it has my pattern, maybe it has Jack's pattern. And yesterday we found PL. It had the up and to the right pattern that Jack loves. It looked reasonable and it was down to around 30 bucks.
It has good options and a nice beta.
Had the nice beta, has good option flow. We looked it up and it had weekly options and it kind of met all the criteria. Then, we
If
looked
you're
at
under $5,000, you got a great idea, and it's
we,
just that easy. And until this trend breaks, if you pick an option that expires this Friday, if the trend isn't broken, you could do it again Monday. And that's one of the ones we talked about. It was how to build a stable, steady weekly income stream without breaking the bank. Under $5,000, you're $4,000 here, or 3,500, or less than 3,500. If you pick the 35 strike, which we did, your capital requirement would be 3,500 minus the premium. So it's affordable. It's a great stock, in a great trend, great volatility, great beta, juicy options, weekly options. Just that simple. It's
and
got
that's how
risk. Everything has risk. There's no guarantee. We
yeah.
don't know. But if we get put the stock, we get put the stock, we turn around and start selling calls.
And the advantage of having something that has a higher beta with liquid options is when you turn around and you need to sell some options, these options have premium.
Yeah. And look at that. You're lowering your cost basis by $1 or more every time you sell a call. If you sold the 40, right? Or if we got put at 35, you could sell the 38 for 2 bones. That's going to lower your cost. And our true cost isn't even 35. It's 35 minus a quarter. So
If we
33.75.
if we got put at 35, let's just say that the at the money dropped down here and was hanging out right here. We got to put that. You could potentially turn around and sell the 35 for the next week, right around $2, or even some upside around $1.50. We're just pretending like this at the money line is down here at 35. So that's, this is where it turns around into upside potential.
Or you give it a little tiny breather and you throw out like a 42, and maybe you don't get called out, then maybe the stock jumps up. You sell another 42 and you get called out. That'd be like a really ideal trade.
Or you could jump out past earnings and grab one of these
Man,
ridiculously high priced.
it's insane. So if you got it at 35, your cost would be 34.75, and you could sell a 47 for two and a queech in the middle. Think about that. You'd make $12 profit just or more just on the capital gain, and then you would have made two and a half on the premium. Damn, that's we could do the math on that if somebody wants to see it all. I can't do it, but I'm sure the professor can. You
This
go,
could turn into a pretty big payday off of,
I know. And that's totally realistic. 47 is not out of the range of what could happen here.
47. Like if you got put at 35 this week,
Yeah, let's
that'd be
just play
1,200 just on the share appreciation,
plus
plus
50, 250, two and a
250,
quarter.
plus we got in for like 25 cents. So we're talking about 275. So plus another 275. Just ballparking. So roughly the trade pay you 14.75.
What do we have to put down to do that trade?
I had to put down roughly 34.75.
So what's our yield here in a week?
So, well, this would be out to 17, 17 days if we did this.
Yeah.
And this happened. That'd be 42% gain right there on the capital used. This would take 18 days because we did it yesterday. So divide that by 18. That's a per day return of 2.3%.
It's heavy duty.
And then multiply that out by a year. That's 860%.
We don't need that, just 40. But look at how that plays out.
860%. That's beautiful right there.
And the stock really only has to go, doesn't even have to go up 800%, right?
Yeah, what is that? That's not even, I mean, it would dip to 35 and then go up to 47 for this to play out in full. So if we dip down to 35 and it put us, let's just throw it in there, and then we ran up to 47, which is not even very high on this chart. Let's just go right above 47. Right there, we get put the stock and then called out. It's like a 36% move on the stock, and we make 40 something percent on our trade. So we made more than the stock moved. And then on top of that, when you annualize it, it's like 860% annualized if you could pull in this same return every day of the market.
Anybody have a better strategy? Please type it in the chat.
Yeah. Let us know. And that all this has to do is just kind of stay in the trend that it's already in.
Yeah, you don't have to pick a stock going up. It's already trending. It's got a lot of built-in advantages. When you're an option seller, you have a built-in 90% advantage and it's going to work. When you add in a trending higher, you're increasing your probability of profit. So you're getting paid to do the trade. I see this as kind of a low risk, easy way to make money if there is one in the market. But everything has risk. We might make it look too easy, but sometimes it is too easy.
Yeah,
Pete said there's not at all a better strategy. We do a couple other things. We do directional stuff. I do a lot of dividend stock buying, but nothing like this. This is the number one cash flow strategy. And I'd rather do cash flow than directional type trades because those are too risky. They're too heavily on the buy side of something. The sell side or a trending higher stock, you're doesn't get any better than that.
It's been working for me. I was doing a lot of directional trades, and last year I was still doing directional trades in this account, even though I started the 50K challenge in another account. And then Jack was like, "Why aren't you just doing this everywhere?"
Oh,
And
I
we had
think
the,
I had that conversation with myself. I talk to
and
myself because I am my own consultant. But after I, thought about that, I thought that we'd been doing the show for a while, and I thought, I'm going to change everything. I'm going to pull out some cash out of something else, and I'm going to go hard on this challenge, but I'm going to modify it my way. But yeah, look at that, man.
I started just doing this with my other. It wasn't really a bigger account. It was, around the $30,000 account. Now it's a $74,000 account, almost a $75,000 account, even after taking some money out here last month. This is the account balance drawn here. So there are, withdrawals and deposits in here, but this year, basically just one withdrawal and all gains in the market.
Proof you can do it.
Consistent. That's consistent profit. It's just making a change in what you do and what you focus on. I still do some directional trades. You still see some little permutations in here, but I trade them very small now compared to what I was doing.
Yeah, I do them too, but again, small. So if I'm doing a directional trade, that might be a 0.5% of my account. Well, no more than one. That'd be pushing it. But on something like this, obviously, I can do 20, 30% in a trade.
All right. Any questions? Question. Who's got the question? Dun, 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 dun. All right. Nothing too crazy. All right, Jack, give me the ticker.
The ticker, we looked at, let me
Give me the
see.
ticker. I'll see if I can find the trade.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll play the game. All right. Well, first of all, can you guess the ticker for this week's cash flow trade? This week's credit spread, everybody. Can you guess the ticker? Let's start out with that.
Let's see. Last week it was Rocket Lab.
Yeah.
Looks a little high for that this week.
Yeah. It's
Let's,
not Rocket Lab.
let's pull this over so we
It
can
rocketed. So,
turn on some trend points here.
uh-oh. Now we got a few cheaters in here. You guys, I'm telling you, man, I got the roughest crowd of anybody. Look at these guys. Doug H, Bobby, Clyde. They don't even like to play along. Pete.
So I'm guessing it's AVGO based on the crowd.
Yeah, but see, you guys, we ruined it because you didn't get to guess. You wouldn't have been able to guess by looking at the stock. The only way you could guess is by looking at the options chains for Friday, right?
Yeah, so we come
We
in
got two
here.
flies.
Not not 8 days. Come on now. 3 days. Let's see. We need to look at the volume.
I'm long AXTI, but that was not it. And fly, I'm long that. That was not it. Goog, I'm long, but that was not it. I'd like to do Goog. There's a lot of so many great ones out right now. But
Oh, did you play bearish?
oh, he finds the needle in the haystack. I can't believe. I can't believe, dude.
This is a fun. I like this game every week.
Yeah, you nailed it. You
Looks
like
like
this game?
I like this game actually. Like
Yeah, that's it. Sold the 432.50 and bought the 435. Bang.
Somebody's playing a little higher than you are. Looks like.
Well, the stock moved real quick right after I did it, so that probably is why. Yeah,
Yeah.
sold 432.50, bought the 435. Got the only reason I played bearish, and this was not a normal situation. Normally, I would have done a bear call if AVGO was below one or two trend points, and QQQ also was. But QQQ is not, obviously, but that thing got so overstretched, it might as well be. This has got just brutal uh, resistance over it now. And I got 31, so you'd have to bump up a couple notches, but you could get 32. I'm at the 432.50, 435. See if you could squeeze out 31 there. There's room.
It's
If you just
32.
look at if you just look, you're selling the 432.50. You got tons of room between the bid and the ask. And all you need to do, folks, is it doesn't matter what the individual prices of the options get executed at. The only thing that matters is you get your net credit. So when I look at these options on 432.50, you got a bid at 234 and an ask at 263. So there's a lot of room in there to sell it between those two prices. And then all you got to do is get 30 cents, 31 cents more for the one you sell than you spend on the one you buy. And you're buying the 435, and that's got a spread of 189 by 220. So there's a ton of room in there as well, which means there's room in there for 30 cents. We sold the 432.50, say for 250, and you bought the 435. There's tons of room in there.
Yeah, I'm sitting here with I've got a live order on 437.50, 440.
For how many? 31?
This that's 32 cents is what I was trying to get in one contract.
That's taken a long time.
And it's bouncing around here. We'll see. There's not a ton of contracts flying at the moment. I guess somebody took all the took all the fun out of it when they put out a big trade earlier.
Oh, the cheese out of it. Anybody in the group do this trade? I think it's more the stock moved because it was at 410 and change when I did it. So it's up.
It dipped all the way down to at 11 o'clock. It dipped down to 406.
It was flying around. Okay, so I did this right at 10:30 for myself and a couple trades and then put it out and it just went nuts. So at the time of the writing, it was at 410 and change. And then it just got whacked out, wacky volatility. There's like a spike down right there. It was weird,
And
really
now we're
weird.
and now we're hanging out roughly 410.81. Bleeding back off a little bit here. I could force it to fill, but I'm not gonna force it to fill. I'll leave it sitting there for a little bit.
That's a bear money trade, $30, $32.
Yeah, but I usually do that in 2 hours, not in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Different strokes for different folks, right? Yeah,
This allows me to fish every afternoon and yours doesn't.
that's true. Well, I mean, I could go fishing after I get the trade, but
Good.
I already made $100 on this one right here. I scalped it
Then
out
you're going
early.
to do the beer money trade. That's too late in the day for me.
See, I threw this one out there this morning, grabbed $100, cashed it out, closed it out.
You did a beer money trade in the morning?
That was more of a, I think I can get a little bit of extra cheese out of the market today.
Yeah.
$100 ain't chump change.
No, it's something.
Buys lunch.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, this thing is just really crazy today.
Let's see, 437.50. If I get filled, that's right up here. Put me an alert up there.
hard time getting up there.
Well, I mean, funny enough, we had this conversation about it starting in January, I think, that we were dipping into the roadmap line. And if we could get back above this 618 line, we would probably take a quick trip up to 432. It took a while. We bottomed out here in March, started taking off. By about the second week in April, we hit that close above 618 at 367. We closed above it right there. And 75% likely, we were coming right up here. That's exactly what we did.
You called it.
Now, the high probability thing after we do that is to do that. This happens more often than not. Right there, return to the roadmap line, because this is a trend pullback continuation pattern. And once it plays out, we usually pull back and get continuation again if we're going to keep in trend. And I make tons of money off of this. I find these trades over and over and over. I mean, that's what we played on Applied Digital too. APLD was the same pattern. Pullback, continuation, hit the target. There's the high. Here's the low. Triggered the entry. We did the puts here. Hit the target here. Leave it alone. This was the high probability. I did that on Rocket Lab a few times.
That's been
That Rocket Lab just finished up hitting, it blasted right on through to an extension. That's relatively rare. This line, only 35% likely to get hit after triggering the entry. But it hit it. What's likely next? A pullback.
Yeah, if that happens down to 90, I'll be all over this thing like stink on a mug.
This is just the same pattern playing out over and over. Ticker doesn't matter. It's the price pattern. Narrative doesn't matter. We humans just do these same patterns over and over and over.
Human behavior. You're convincing me of that more and more and more. That it has nothing to do with the underlying story or the fundamentals, all human behavior. Is Elliott Wave based on human behavior?
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. So that's, it's just that this subconscious human herd behavior, we've talked about it here. Higher prices attract more people, more buyers in the market. Higher prices in the economy make people flee. Like nobody wants to buy gas right now because gas prices are high. It's not like everybody's lining up at the gas station right now because gas prices are at all-time highs. That's just not the way the economy works. It's not when you have to, but when Rocket Lab's at all-time highs, you got people buying this crap like crazy. Right?
Everybody's jumping in on your trade there. I just looked at the chat there. Susan got 38, Pete got 36, Barry got 38. Nicely done, folks.
Yeah, there you go. I still didn't get filled on the AVGO. Still cooking.
Yeah, Clyde, it took an hour for 34.
We'll see what happens.
Week. Yeah, 41. Joe got 40. Wow, you guys are killing.
And PL, I mean, you could go closer. I wanted downside protection and I wanted to keep that 40% ROI. Yesterday, 40% was down at 35. Today, it's going to be probably a notch lower. If I had to take a guess. We have a piece of software that helps figure it out very quickly. Of course, it's going to take 3 years for it to log in and load up.
Right whenever you depend on it to show somebody, it gets jammed up.
Yeah, I tell you, it's this time of day, like later on in the afternoon, it's snappy. It's just right at this time of day. I guess lunchtime, everybody's like taking a break, trying to figure out what to trade. And so P&L down here.
Is it getting more popular, this software?
We keep selling a few subscriptions, so I'm sure there's more people on it. But roll down in here. So instead of digging in the option chain, trying to figure it out, like we come over here all the time, we're showing off like an option chain. You come in here, you're like, all right, there's prices, there's volume, there's delta, there's open interest. You know, which one pays 40%? Well, there's no setting here that's going to tell me if I sell this put, what's the annualized rate of return. That's just not the way platforms are set up.
I wish, because I hate doing all the math on every single strike.
But this handy dandy software right here called PowerX Optimizer, we jump in here and we dig in, and that 34 strike is paying 40% by this Friday. 3 days, 34, 40%. Now, what does that mean? It means if you sell this and got 15 cents on your 3,400 bucks for 3 days return, divide that by 3, multiply by 365, that gets you about a 40% annualized rate of return. You could do this every day, all year long, which 40% is reasonable, doable. Almost every stock we ever pull up has a 40% put that you could sell. So doing it every day is reasonable. It's not out of the realm of possibility. A lot of times, though, Jack and I get these early, or we get put the stock and make a little extra cheese, and then 40% turns into 60, 70, 80, 90. And like the one we were talking about earlier, P&L, if we got put down here at 35 and then it ran up to 47, we could be making 860% annualized rate of return.
And even without a lot of big ones like that, I found that doing this, uh, even though I'm shooting for 40, it's working out higher, 52%. I don't know if that's because I'm getting a fill in the middle relative to what PXO says, or if that's taking in some getting called out, but
Yeah, I think
just
it's, yeah, I
40
think
could
we're seeing, a little higher rate of return when you get the mid instead of the bid.
Mhm.
And plus we tip, sometimes we go a little higher on the rate of return. Like instead of going to 34, I'd probably push up to the 48 on Robinhood here.
Totally.
I'd probably go a little higher instead of going a little lower, especially since it hasn't really moved in 3 months. And this just shows you, you know, right around the money, what's the rate of return?
That's
And it's
only
just it's
story.
just for the put though. It doesn't consider shares, it doesn't consider calls, it's just based on this premium and the amount of money it takes to buy 100 shares, what's the rate of return on that money that it's going to take?
Now, let's say you do that and you get the stock assigned to you, and you got to figure out what is your actual cost, what's your break even, and again, which call should you sell. So on the log side, this is the one of the biggest benefits here is that gives you the strike based on your ROI. But the other huge benefit is the tracking and the log this gives you. So if you do this trade, you put it in your log,
Yeah,
and
I don't have any who would we have to go to one I actually have some shares of to
it'll show you what your cost is, and that's critical if you're going to do this strategy.
see if I actually.
And like with TSLL, you did it so long, you got your average cost way under the market.
Yeah, I don't actually have Celsius yet. I guess I could type in TSLL. I've got some positions there. Oh, gotta pick Friday. And see, we can pick which account we grab from, like the Robinhood account. Come on, pick it. Come on. Cool. Love how it's frozen up. It's, just because I'm on the show, I'm sure. But it comes in and shows you like the premium this week with a little bit of drop on here. Not super raging awesome, actually. And this one's faded a little bit. We were like, it was hot and heavy, and that's what we were talking about it back in September, October, November, December, January, February, but then it faded off when we did this little dip. And Robinhood's become a better more juicy one. But you can get these 1250s for 115% ROI with 3 days left. Of course, it's trading right at 1328. The expected move is down to 1232. So you could go with the 12s and get 53%. That's past the expected move. And then after you've got it and you're like, all right, what's my cost basis? Well, it shows it all right here. My break even is $10.
Love
All
that.
right. So I can roll down to the bottom half of the chart here. Type in TSLO.
Now, how could your break even be $10 when the stock's at $13?
Well, it's all from collecting the premium.
Oh,
Keep selling premium. And now that we have, now that I have shares and I'm looking for calls to sell. Nope, not puts. Shrink the put side. We want to look at the calls. You look at the calls and there's not much opportunity on this Friday. Jump out a week. Pull it up. 36 is not my cost basis. It's 10. There we go. Now it calculates it. If you put in accurate numbers, it calculates it based on what you got. If you forget what you got, and if you kept it in the log, you can do it all right here. So 400 shares with $10.50 cost basis, 400, and it figures it out here for you. And these are all low ROIs. You're like, well, not keen on that. It's okay. That's why you go shopping for different weeks, different. Sometimes there's not a great one. Like you just have to come in here and get what you can get. It is a down day though. Usually selling calls is better on an up day. 3 days ago, this was probably rocking and rolling. Today, a little bit thin on premium. Market and the market makers are telling you, we don't really expect TSLLs going higher. Which, if you are bullish on it, gives you opportunity. Maybe you don't sell calls against your whole position. Right, Jack?
that's right. You can only sell it on half, you know,
So that's kind of the way this works.
and it keeps track of it. That's the point. It shows you your break even without you having to figure anything out.
Yeah, I'm not sitting there trying to calculate, all right, I sold premium how many times. If we go over here and look at the trading log and look at some of these ones with TSLL that I've opened down here. Dun, 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 dun. Like that one right there with the 1050. You can see all the times I sold premium in here. Hadn't just been a couple. Starting this baby back here in September. I've been rocking and rolling on this thing.
How many trades in that thing have you done?
Yeah, that's we're up to like 69 trades right there. And I've gotten put and I've bought some and sold some and so that's just keeps rocking and rolling right there. If this kind of software interests you, if you think that could be beneficial for you, I'll throw a link in the chat for you. I do earn a little bit of cheese off of that if you use my link. You get a savings off the end. You get lifetime license. As far as I know, if you just go to their website and buy it, you pay yearly. So you get a lifetime license if you use mine, plus a little bit of savings, plus I get a little cheese off it. So win, win,
Valuable
win.
stuff.
Jack uses it. I use it. PL trades right there.
Doing this without the software. I don't think I could without the software. In fact, I
And
couldn't.
I've got 20 positions I'm managing right now in the software. I don't keep all that in my head where I'm at. It shows me which ones I have shares in, which ones I don't have shares in, which ones I've just got options sold, what my premium is. I mean, look at this Robinhood one right here. Haven't gotten shares yet. $1,300 in premium.
Listen out, bro. You need to get closer to the price. Get you some stock.
Dude, $1,300. I mean, It's hard to argue that that's bad.
Oh, that's
1,300 bucks on 7,600
I'm just
bucks.
teasing you. I'm just teasing you.
I mean,
I like to wrestle around. I like to get put. I like to get called out.
I like to just, you like to go fishing. I like to just like let these ride. 1,300 on 7,600 bucks. Look at that. That's a 17% return
Crazy.
on the capital. And this has not been going on that long. We look at it, the first time I traded was February 20th. And here we are to today. And I, last time I made a trade, April 30th for the May 22nd. Look how much premium I collected. $6. It was actually a roll for $3. But I'm just sitting on that premium right there. If I get put, all that premium is in my account already. What's the strike? I'm sitting here at a 76 is the one I did. So if I get put at 76, 1,300 bucks comes off. Oh, there's my AVGO right there, filled. Filled. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. So I'm in it to win it, Jack. You better rewrite.
Cool.
Come at you with the pitchfork. I'm just kidding. Got a little pop and I got filled. 32 cents right there.
Nicely done.
So I'm in it. Put my money where my mouth is. We'll see.
Oh, bro.
We'll see if
I'm
Jack's
in it
right.
too.
You're not often wrong.
Oh, not very often. Not in this one. You know, we could get the accuracy higher by taking less net credit, but I like the sweet spot right here.
And it doesn't even look like it's doing anything. So we're up here with the trade. Draw it on here. Right up here with the trade for this Friday. That's where I am. Jack's slightly under me.
Yeah.
And we'll see what happens.
That's the
Uh,
result of doing something for so long you forgot about it. Like at one time, I had a fund with a couple investors, and all we did was credit spreads. But like I told you, we could only do it once a week, the third week of the month, because that's when the regular monthlies expired. And I didn't want to be in the trade longer than a week. Then when the weeklies came out in 2010, it took me about a year to figure it out, 2011, but by November 2011, it was game on. And yeah, it's been as high as 97% win rate. I don't think it's been below 95, but that's about what it is. And to have done it that long like that is just crazy. Big income trade. Love income trades. Credit spread's one of the best. You can use a bear call in a bearish market, bull put in a bullish market. So it's very flexible. Price of the stock doesn't matter. All that matters is the difference in strikes that determines your capital required. Tons of advantages with it.
I was trying to see if my predictor was online to predict where we might end up, but it is not online at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to need that for NVIDIA tomorrow too for the show. Get that thing
Yeah.
working.
I was just gonna ask, man. We wish we had it for Netflix, but now we have it for Nvidia.
I'm going to
I'll have
remind
to,
you tomorrow to have that bad boy running.
I'll,
You got for us, Blake.
Well, it's one you and Jeffrey did just a little while ago.
and I rolled out a new upgrade to it. So it actually gives you, we had a big, I had a roundtable yesterday with my VIP clients, my all access members, and there was some confusion about what exactly I rolled out. So let me pull it up and just show it off really quickly. This is a new upgrade that's not covered in the presentation that I rolled out last week, or maybe it was week before last. The time is all running together here. Let me pull that up. Discord right here.
Show us the goods.
Yeah,
Mhm.
let's see the goods here. So I built what's called a machine learning ML model, and there we go right here. And this is what it, summarized for me and said, hey, here's what I built. And what it did, it looked at 523,897 of these historic trade setups for a 30-minute roadmap bounce. It's the same bounce I've been showing off all day, talking about bouncing off that orange line, closing above the 618, 75% likely. So it says, all right, historical baseline setup, 75%, right? So if this thing thinks that based on looking at 523,000 of these in the past, that this particular setup is any better than any average setup, it will give a rating. If it gives a skip, that means that this particular setup for the machine learning model is no better than the historical average. All right. It doesn't mean it's more likely to fail. It just means it's no more or less likely to work than the historical average. So when you get in here and you see these ratings, you're like, skip, oh gosh, I should skip that trade. It just means it doesn't have any statistical oomph, nothing special about it higher than the historical win rate right there. Now, if it does have something special about it, based on this machine learning model looking at 523,000 of these setups, it'll rate it higher, either marginal, moderate, good, strong, or exceptional. Now, we haven't seen very many rated anything but skip lately. And the market's kind of pulling back, kind of paused here. So maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's not. But you have access to this immediately if you join Apollo. Every trade is rated with this now. And what does it look like? It looks like this right here. Pop into the alerts. It gives a rating right there. Skip on this Johnson & Johnson trade. I haven't seen any coming through that have exceptional. Well, we had one rated exceptional, but it only had a 3-cent target. And getting 3 cents, that's probably pretty easy for the market to do. So it was rated exceptional. But this one, if the bot can't verify the code, it'll tell you it can't verify the code and won't give you a rating. So that one on PCG didn't get rated. But it does have a historical win rate of 90% already. Blake, without further ado, maybe we ought to show him the presentation where I actually made some other upgrades that we did talk about.
I think so. I know we were being a little secretive, but this is Apollo. So
this has been my best-selling product for almost 2.5 years running now. So it's hot, it's spicy, and it's available for you right now.
That's right. And a heck of a deal too. So without further ado, let's fire this baby off.
And get this, 2,434 trade signals with an average hold time of 3 days on the underlying stock. And what you'll see today is an internal audit that took these real issued trade alerts and applied them a set of options criteria to them, meaning each option gain is hypothetical and uses the benefit of hindsight. We cannot guarantee any specific future results as there's always a high degree of risk involved in trading. So see our terms on the homepage for more information. Now let's be real. In trading, there will be losses. There's no black box miracle system that prints out winning trades automatically. And the whole purpose of Jeffrey's research and work with traders is to help give you an edge in the markets. And if you can't handle a losing trade, then you really shouldn't be trading with real money. Again, losses in trading have occurred and will occur in the future. Hi, everybody. I'm Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. While everybody else has their eyes on the war, inflation, or the Fed's next move, today's special guest has been working behind the scenes on a brand new trading breakthrough. I'm talking about an automated breakthrough that gives us the exact historical win rate, profit factor, target and stop loss before you place a trade. Plus, get it here, the exact options to take too. How cool is that?
Yeah, that's the big main upgrade, but I have a surprise at the very end. I did something above and beyond, Jack, so I've even upgraded it further than this.
Killing me, Smalls. Now, we call this breakthrough development, we call it the Apollo Algo, and that's what it is. Now, in just a minute, we're going to reveal everything behind Apollo and all the new features, including the brand new ones. Plus, we're going to reveal the #1 stock that Apollo flagged to break out today. It's all for free. And you're going to want to stick around because there's more. In fact, we have a major surprise coming for you guys here in the next few minutes. But before we get there, let me show you how this thing works. Pretty crazy. You see, Apollo is a next generation smart algo that automatically sends you daily alerts on autopilot. That means while you're out doing the things you love, away from the computer, away from the screen, whenever you feel the buzz in your pocket from your phone, you know you have a high conviction trade. It's just been dialed up for you, just like recently. You could have been eating lunch at your favorite restaurant, felt the buzz in your pocket from the phone, pushed a few buttons on the phone to set the trade, and boom, 29% gain on ticker XHB. Same day. Tuesday, while you're out with a nice family walk, you feel the buzz on the phone, you set the trade. 57% gain on TDOC, same day. Wednesday, while catching a quick water break from the pickleball game, you feel the buzz. Set the trade, 47% gain again in the same day. Now, Thursday, you got another buzz on the phone while you're walking your dog. 56% gain on gold. Again, happened in the same day. Amazing stuff. Friday, we're not done. Clocked out before the weekend with the biggest winner of the week. 91% gain on the same day. Now, had somebody started with a small $1,000 starter investment into each, after only 5 quick trades, maybe 15 total minutes of your time, that would have been an extra $2,810 in trading profits just for the week. Now, to set the stage, Apollo isn't like your old-fashioned trading platform or indicator. Unlike typical trading tools, which require you to do all the legwork, manually searching for trades all day, this is different. This smart algo requires zero work or oversight on your part. Each automatic alert includes everything you need to trade on the go. Stock ticker, entry price, profit target, stop loss, win rate, profit factor, and even a chart. Everything you need. And thanks to the most recent developments, they're going to be released this week. The exact options you want to take too. How about that? Unbelievable. That means instead of sitting at your desk wasting hours hunting for profitable trading setups, you can have a shot at making money while you're out doing the things you love to do. Apollo Algo is the first of its kind, and it's unlocking a whole new way to trade the stock market, like what would have happened with Cameco just recently. At the time, the stock was dead in the water, and for most folks, that's a clear red flag. But thanks to Apollo running 24/7 around the clock, you could have hit the gym for a morning workout, felt the buzz, and read that Cameco was on the verge of breaking out within the next few days with an 89% confidence rating. That's incredible. That means out of the last 47 times Apollo flagged CCJ for a breakout, 42 were winners. And now, thanks to the most recent upgrades and breakthroughs, it now automatically gives you the best matching options to if you want to follow along. And anybody could have set the trade with a few clicks, maybe invested 2,000, and then back to their normal day. And sure enough, hit that profit target. An extra 1,080 would have been automatically deposited into the brokerage account after just 3 days. Now, a quick $1,000 from one trade is great, but that's not even close to the best part. You see, unlike a lot of strategies out there, with Apollo, we don't need to wait days or weeks for it to send you the next entry signal either. You see, this smart algo literally generates a waterfall of trade opportunities every single day the market's open. Over the last year and a half of live trade alerts, Apollo has averaged a whopping 2.4 wins per day, and that's on real trade alerts, no back test. I just look at a handful of top alerts with the selected options on KR, 76% gain. Wow, look at this one, 3,640. Don't you love profits that are so big they got a comma in them? Here's Piton, 4,180. Then we got another one. Look at this one, $4,800. That's 140% gain. That's a big trade right there. Now, of course, it should go without saying that markets don't come with guarantees. There's no magical button for instant wealth. This is work. If you're looking to get rich overnight, then please do yourself a favor and log out. But if you're looking for an undeniable edge, a new way to trade the markets, unlike anything I've ever seen before, then look no further. Because with Apollo, you'll always have a constant stream of alerts firing off in your back pocket on stocks that are on the verge of breaking out. No more headaches staring at confusing chart patterns. No more forcing low probability trades. Apollo does all the heavy lifting for you automatically. So if you want to be one of the first in the world to have a behind the scenes look at this incredible trading algo, then stay tuned. Because at the end of the broadcast, we're going to reveal the number one stock Apollo flagged to break out today. Brand new trade. Plus reveal the major surprise coming for you guys here in the next few minutes. So if that's you and you want in, let's open up the chat for everybody. Go ahead and post in the chat. Just type in the word Apollo.
It's going already. Seriously, do it right now. Let us know.
Oh, yes. Good. Now let's go through this thing. Okay, let's do it here. There you go. Now, like I mentioned a moment ago, my name is Jack Carter. Thank you for being here. You may know me as the Income Ace. With a strategy so successful, I achieved a 95.9% win rate on over 200 live signals, including the crash of 2022. Now, given my track record, I normally avoid all other financial recommendations, but after hearing about this new smart algorithm and how unique it is, and a brand new way to help predict breakouts before they happen, with a precise confidence rating and a time frame, that's new. I had to check this out for myself. See, the computer whiz, the professor, and the doctor, all the same person behind this groundbreaking innovation, is none other than trading mastermind Jeffry Turnmeyer. This is the guy you want on your side. After 27 years in the markets and generating over $1 million in verified trading profits over the years, today's special guest is pulling back the curtain on his most cutting-edge invention yet. Take it away, Jeffrey.
All right, man. Thanks, Jack, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for being here, spending a Saturday with us. You know, I've been working hard on this in the behind the scenes, and I haven't even rolled it out yet, even in a beta. And you guys are going to get the first crack at it right here. So thanks for being here with us. Now, in a moment, I'm going to reveal how Apollo has averaged 2.4 wins per day for over a year now. And I'm going to reveal the number one ticker that it picked out right at yesterday afternoon before the market closed. And I'm going to give that to you for free right here. Plus, I've got multiple major surprises coming at you guys. One of them, the copywriter and all the team didn't even know about. I didn't even come up with it until just a few minutes ago before we went live here. So I made another upgrade to this thing. I'll tell you about it right at the end of the presentation here. But first, it's important to remember that there's no get-rich-quick scheme. This doesn't solve all your financial problems, all right? When you put money at risk in trading, you can lose that money. So please, once you get your hands on the tool here today, be smart. Don't over-leverage yourself. Don't put everything in the next trade. This is used to grow your account slowly over time, like some of the examples you're going to see here today. See, Apollo is designed to radically change when you enter trades, how you look at the markets, and how you find trades. Most people believe in buying fear, selling greed, and that can be a key to becoming successful as a trader. But I mean, I'm sure you've heard Warren Buffett talk about it. You know, buy when others are fearful, sell when others are greedy, and it's great. Like, it's a great theory. Buy low, sell high, buy when other people are selling, and it's great in theory. Great in theory. But the sad reality is it's practically impossible for the average trader or most, even well-experienced traders to actually follow through on this. I mean, Jack, you and I both have sold on a chart like this, right? I mean, I have for certain. Like,
no question about it.
Dear gosh, man, gap down. Looks like we're going into the abyss. I mean, the urge to sell can be overwhelming, and it seems like somebody's watching your platform, because as soon as you do, it does this, right? You know, it seems like you sell right there, and then boom, it reverses, and you're like, well, that was stupid. And then it turns out to be the wrong decision. Then, you know, Jack, I know you love this pattern up and to the right, and you know, sometimes the FOMO can get you, and then it's like somebody watched you buy, and it turns right around on you. I've done that too. I know Jack has. We've talked about it on our show together. It's absolutely crushing though when you buy right there, and then you watch it just go down, down, down. I mean, it can lead to devastating losses, right? So if you've ever made critical mistakes in your own trading because you felt the fear of missing out, of a giant move higher, or maybe that fear that this thing's going into the abyss and you're just going to lose more money, well, it's not your fault, right? As humans, these emotions are hardwired into our basic instincts. I mean, it's a survival instinct right there. What you need is a way to overcome these human handicaps using a practical, data-driven approach, one that helps give a clear, structured framework for entering and exiting trades. For example, on SoFi, just the other day, stock kind of chopping around, going nowhere for an entire week. Most traders have no idea. Flip a coin, right? Jack, I mean, which way is it going? Up or down?
Impossible to tell from this.
Yeah, impossible, right? But if you knew right there on that candlestick that Apollo had flagged a high probability breakout that might happen in the next couple of days with a 92% historical win rate on this thing, would you buy in?
Of course. That's a huge edge.
And you didn't have to be at the computer to catch this thing either. You could have been out working on your short game or doing any other thing in the world that you love to do. Felt that alert come through in your pocket. You would have gotten the alert with the profit target, the stop loss, all the details you needed to set the trade and forget it. And now, with the most recent upgrade that's going live this week, an option pick and something else that I'll give you details on if you stick around to the very end, another upgrade and on top of this right here, you could have clicked a few buttons on your cell phone and watched SoFi hit the profit target the very next day. 66% potential gains on that if you had the right option on SoFi.
Jeffrey, that's incredible. 2,000 would have turned into 3,332 overnight. And that's on a chart that gave almost no directional bias to the naked eye. But Apollo was able to turn it into a big 24-hour winner. Now, Jeffrey, I need to know more about this. How is Apollo able to predict these breakouts days in advance before most traders could even consider taking a position?
All right, Jack, great question. We're going to get into it right now. And it all comes down to a very simple pattern that drives the ebbs and flows in every stock move. It's the market cycle right here. It's what it boils down to. It's an age-old theory explaining how and why stocks behave the way they do. And as you can see, stocks move a little bit different. They have a different pattern depending on which stage they're in out of these four stages. First, you have the accumulation phase. When smart money's loading up on shares, it seems like it's a tight range of chop, fails to break out, fails to break down, just chop, 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 right? That's when you want to buy in the accumulation phase, right before the breakout phase. And that's where almost all the big gains are made and realized in this breakout phase. And then you have a distribution phase after it's moved up. And it seems a lot like the accumulation phase, except it happens after a big move up and it happens right before a distribution phase or markdown phase. Markdown phase where prices go back down. And then we rinse and repeat. And we start stage 5, which is stage 1, all over again with an accumulation. Now, a lot of people think these things happen over longer time frames, like years. But what a lot of people don't realize is these cycles play out on shorter time frames all day long. The key is identifying when the accumulation phase is about to come to an end. That way you can jump in before the breakout phase gets going. And Apollo is designed and programmed to do exactly that. Like with Peabody Energy, BTU, just recently, for nearly 2 weeks, this thing was failing to break out, failing to break down, failing to break out, failing to break down, just kind of going nowhere, chopping, right? A lot of traders flip a coin. You would have just been guessing, or maybe you got frustrated and just walked away from this chart. How long is it going to last? But right here, Apollo flagged a breakout phase that might happen in the next 3 days with a 78% confidence rating. You could have purchased now the exact option that Apollo picks out, set up the trade for the profit target, and cashed out as BTU soared to new highs. 82% gain on that one right there on BTU. Watch it happen again. This time on Newmont Mining, the world's largest gold mining company. At the time, CNBC was telling us that Newmont was overbought, probably the most overbought stock in all of Wall Street. And ultimately, I guess they were right, but we were stuck in an accumulation phase for almost 2 weeks straight. But right here, Apollo flagged a breakout phase to happen in the next 2 days with a 76% confidence rating. You could have felt that alert come through in your pocket, bought a candlestick right there when you got the alert, and set up the trade to automatically close out at a profit target. Cashed out just a couple short days later. 87% gain on NEM right here.
Jeffrey, that's about 8 years of typical stock market buy and hold gains in just 2 days. And it's not like anybody would have needed to stare at the charts all day long to catch this one. It would have hit your line directly with a quick buzz in the pocket on your phone. Now, Jeffrey, you've created some truly powerful systems in the past. I'm always amazed at your work and like your undefeated income strategy that's locked in 87 winning trades without a single loser, or your crypto service that went an entire year without losing while maintaining a whopping 215% average return per trade. But look, Apollo is your crown jewel.
Yeah,
This
it's that pattern that I love right there.
is. And you get excited about it, and I know that's how good this thing is. So before you reveal the number one stock that Apollo flagged to break out today, plus get to the special announcements, I should say that plural, that we have on deck for everybody today, I need to know more about this, man. How exactly does it calculate when the accumulations come to an end? Because I can't see it in a chart.
Well, let me start off by saying that this gets a little nerdy, and you don't really have to understand everything. But this is exactly what I talk about every single day on our Market Master show. Over the years, I found a unique setup that helps me predict price moves before they happen. And Jack, you've seen it in person. I do this over and over and over right here. It's all based on some Elliott wave theory, some Fibonacci analysis, bounces off my signature roadmap line. I mean, all the stuff. If you've listened to me, you hear me talk about this stuff every single day. We talk about it on Market Masters every day. You know, and it's this exact setup that is the core of how Apollo finds stocks before the breakout phase begins. Now let's break down a chart on Zoom that just recently happened. At the time, Zoom just kind of chopping along, failing to break out, failing to break down. Same story as always. And again, not a chart that most traders would consider doing anything with, except maybe selling some puts below the support, right? Now, thanks to Apollo running automatic Fibonacci analysis in real time, never sleeping, never forgetting, always doing it, we knew there was an entry that showed up right there, set for a breakout phase with an 81% historical confidence rating. With odds like that, anybody could have bought in this candlestick right here. Set up the profit target, set up the stop loss, just given to you in the alert. Then go play with the grandkids. And Jack, I know you love to do that stuff right there.
Favorite thing in the world.
And then watches the trade potentially closes automatically without you barely having to lift a finger at all. And if you traded the options on this, you could be looking at a 65% gain on Zoom right there. $2,500 at risk turned into over $4,000. Watch it happen again on Kroger. Right here, another breakout. Kroger, again, failing to break out, failing to break down, same story. Most traders would have considered it kind of a dead chart after a couple days, right? But thanks to Apollo running automatic Fibonacci analysis in real time, we knew the alert and the breakout phase was set right here. With an 80% historical win rate, it would have only taken a few minutes to enter the trade, set up the stop loss, set up the profit target, back to your day, cruise around town or work in the garden, you name it. Whatever it is you love to do. And as expected, Kroger hit the profit target, another huge winner right there. 76% on the right options on Kroger.
Jeffrey, 2,500 in that one would have paid an extra 1,900 in cold hard cash, enough to pay the average mortgage for the month, all from a single automated trade alert. And I have to admit, in all my years of trading, I've never seen anything as hands-free as Apollo. Not only does this smart algo help eliminate your emotions from the equation, but it literally spoon feeds you everything you need to target a successful trade. And I mean, really, folks, look at this last alert on Kroger. How much better does it get than this? Gives you everything. You get the confidence rating. That's not on anything else I've seen. The profit factor, awesome. The average trade duration, the entry trigger so you know the price to buy in, and your profit target so you can set it and forget it, plus the stop loss so you can manage your risk. And of course, you even get the individual chart. And now with the latest upgrades this week, you get the best matching options too. Oh, this is amazing. Jeffrey, I'm not sure what more anybody could ask for. Apollo is the full package and it's fully automated. Heck, you don't even need to pull up charts anymore, do you?
Yeah, not really. I mean, it kind of gives you the chart you need so you can just look at it at a glance and see if everything looks good. If it does, you just follow right along. I'm giving you the automatic picks for a call option. Now, I have an extra special announcement at the end. I'm doing something above and beyond, not just long calls. We're talking about some other trades added on. Stick around if you want more details. And so far, the winners have been hitting pretty much every day with a 73% historic win rate in 2,435 or 34 trade signals that have been out there. It's crazy.
Jeffrey, that's no different than winning almost 7 out of every 10 trades.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, Apollo puts the odds in our favor so that no other trading service, no other trading platform, no other indicator, no brokerage, heck, no guru even comes close to any of this stuff right here. It doesn't matter where you live, it doesn't matter where you trade, it doesn't matter how much experience you have at trading. As long as you have a cell phone, as long as you can get these alerts, maybe a tablet, a computer, you name it, you can get these alerts and take action when they fire off. The rest kind of takes care of itself. And remember, Apollo picks up on these breakout opportunities every single day. Like right after the alert that we just showed you on Kroger right here. I mean, 76%. Another one happened on Best Buy right here, same day. You could have been out hanging out by the pool if that's what you love to do. Read that Best Buy was on the verge of breaking out right here. Simply set up the trade with the profit target, the stop loss, and boom, gap and go. 54% potential gain on the right options for Best Buy.
Jeffrey, anybody who invested 2,000 in each of those last 2 trades, which occurred back to back, well, they would have walked away with 4,603 cash in less than 24 hours in the market. And Jeffrey, it's not like 2 wins on the same day is something that rarely happens either. I mean, that's amazing, but you're doing it. Since you released Apollo to the public last year, check this out. Apollo has been averaging 2.4 wins per day.
That's right, Jack. Sometimes we get way more wins than just 2 a day. I mean, let's check this out right here. This happened. This is a special week. Happened a few weeks back. One of the best kind of days we've seen so far. I mean, you could have been out having brunch with friends, felt that alert on Southwest Energy coming through, and read that it's on the verge of breakout with a 90% historical win rate right there. That means out of the last 40 times that we've seen this pattern show up in Southwest Energy, 36 of those went on to be winners. And all you had to do was grab the trade right there. You had the profit target, the stop loss, and forget it as it went soared with the right options, 150% gains. But we didn't stop there because Apollo closed 8 more winners on that same day. 23% on MOS, 42% on GOLD, 34% on Capital One, 62% on one of Jack's favorite strategy right here, 23% on Applied Materials, 15% on Workhorse, 31% on Nucor, and 41% on another one of Jack's favorites, Meta. I probably wouldn't have touched it, but it's still locked in gains right there.
Now take a breather, Jeffrey. I'm pretty much out of breath too. If I counted correctly, that's 9 wins from just one day of trading. Is that right? I don't know if I've ever seen anybody close 9 wins in a single day. But Apollo was able to do it all on autopilot. That is amazing.
Yeah, I'm not the only one loving this action. I mean, some of my top traders have been crushing it. Like Laura here caught all 9 of those winners on that day. So it's not like we just made this up right there. And then Sledge, my man's been 92% spot profitable on these babies right here. David A, 17 wins, 1 loss, 4 cooking. I mean, it's great having automatic nice profits. Jason here, $4,000 a month. Edward here winning 86% of the time. Donald here crushing it 88% of the time on over 80 trades. Stanley here grabbing 28 trades, winning 88% of the time. Carlos here, 90% win rate, $5,100 profit. I mean, and as great as closing out 9 out of 9 is, it gets even better because the very next day, you could have potentially done it all over again. Another day of waterfall of wins with Apollo, 95% on Baba, 59% on Google, 29% on Canopy Growth, 36% on C, 32% on Rio Tinto, 55% on EQT, and of course, this was a special 2-day period. Not every 2-day period is going to be this good. Losses happen. Don't risk more than you can afford to lose. We're hyping it up here. We're showing some of the best stuff, but there are losses that do occur. And Apollo absolutely crushed it over this 2-day win streak that we are showing off right here. It was an amazing period of time, and I wanted to show it off.
Well, that truly is remarkable, Jeffrey. Now, let's say, for example, somebody just put 2,000 in each of those trades and closed out over that 48-hour period. That would have paid a total of 14,540 in cash money. And their money would have been not exposed to the stock market for hardly any time at all. I love that part.
Yeah, that's right, Jack. I mean, that's without any compounding too on that 14,000. That's crazy. I mean, it costs a whopping 11 grand now to live the same way you lived just a few years ago. So an extra 14 grand probably help out a lot of people out there right now. I mean, maybe covering a car payment or two. That's a pretty lofty car payment. You know, maybe paying down some credit card debt. But the smart thing to do, just beef up that rainy day savings because you never know when things are not going to go your way. Of course, like any investment, there's risk of loss. You know, that could have been 2 days of losing also. But that's why I worked extra hard to optimize the calculations behind Apollo. And after unleashing the smart algorithm into the market for over the last 2 years, I'm proud to say Apollo has already booked 1,756 live winning trade alerts right there. That's about 2.4 wins per day, everybody. So listen, if you had a tool that automatically gives you a historic win rate, a profit factor, a target, a stop loss, picked out options for you before you place the trade, then automatically give you maybe another options trade on top of the one that we just showed off, what would that do for your trading? Make you more confident? What do you think, Jack?
I think it'd make me a lot more confident and allow me to stick to a plan and make my life easier and maybe
Yeah,
unlock my full trading potential.
that
This is,
sounds pretty good.
yeah.
Well, and that's exactly what I've upgraded Apollo to try to aim and accomplish right here. Today, you have the chance to be the next person to tap into these unique Apollo alerts with a few clicks of a button. No more chasing the next fad setup, indicator, whiz bang thing. No more guessing when to enter and exit. No more trading setups that have low historic probabilities of success. You can check every single one that you get. And most importantly, no more trading blind. So if you would like access to the all new Apollo algorithm, catching every entry, exit, options pick, and more, then I invite you to grab one of these limited edition pre-release memberships right here. We're releasing this before I release the new code to the world. This is an Apollo algorithm pre-release special offer right here today. Apollo is the only smart algo that I know of that uses advanced Fibonacci analysis to spot breakouts before they even happen, automatically generating alerts with everything you need to trade on the go. Entry price, profit target, stop loss, win rate, profit factor, even the chart, all set up in the alert. You don't even have to go dig up anything anywhere else. Plus, we're going to give you the best matching options and another bonus that I'll tell you about if you stick around to the very end because it's so new, it didn't even make it into this presentation. Now, before I reveal the number one stock Apollo flagged for breakout that you could enter Monday if you wanted to, plus the special announcement, and we've got tons of special stuff happening here today. There's another special announcement I can't wait to share with you on top of everything I've already teased right here. So here's how it's going to work. Every day, Apollo scans through hundreds of the biggest, most liquid stock tickers out there. When it flags a stock that it sees on the verge of a breakout, you're going to immediately get that alert sent right to your phone, your computer, your tablet, however you like to get trade alerts with everything, every automatic alert, including the historic win rate, the profit factor, the average duration that the trade usually lasts on this ticker, the entry price, the profit target, the stop loss, an individual chart, everything you need to target the next great win, like 76% on Kroger. I've set this up to be as easy as 1, 2, 3. 1, get the alert. 2, decide if you like it. Are the numbers even something you like? 3, take the trade and wait for the results. You can opt in to receive these alerts. Telegram or Discord, you pick your preferred method right there. Now, all the instructions for getting those alerts set up is in the Apollo members portal. We also have a masterclass waiting for you already. You know, the upgrades I'm making here don't change the core, but they do make it easier to take the trades. You can expect like 3 to 5 of these per day. We've had as many as, I think the record is 41 trades in a day kick off. All of these automatically generated from this smart algorithm right here. And with the best options picks right here and another bonus, another option pick, another way to trade, I'm going to show you at the very end of the presentation. Just wait. Just like recently, you could have been enjoying your morning cup of Joe or your morning Monster like me, read that Carvana was on the verge of a breakout, placed a quick trade, locked in 51% gains. Then a few hours later, we saw another alert come through on Google, 79% gains. Another one came through on Rocket Companies, 140% gains. And if you still wanted some more action after going 3 for 3 on the day, Phase Energy, right there, 101% gains. Now, you're probably wondering, what's this thing going to cost? And this is where Jack's jaw about fell off yesterday when we went through this.
I still think you got to get this verified. We went through it, but did you ask anybody?
Now, considering you can't get Apollo Algo anywhere else in the world, we could easily value this entire package at $4,000 a year. And I've had people pay that. It's worth every penny, in my opinion, right there. But here's the deal. I want to celebrate this release and upgrade of this all-new version of Apollo and do something crazier than Jack's grandkids right here. Crazier than his crazy granddaughter. You see, this program should be rightfully offered as an annual membership, given that there's ongoing costs to me to maintain the live data feeds and upgrade stuff. And, now I got 2 open claw bots to feed in the background. But between the development costs, the ongoing maintenance, it actually cost me a pretty good chunk of money just to keep it all going every year. But instead of charging you thousands of dollars every year for this explosive trading tool, if you join today, I'm going to have a very special deal in store. Once you become a member and get access to Apollo, it's yours to keep forever. I'm going to upgrade everybody that jumps in today with VIP access right here. No subscription fees, no annual renewals, no recurring charges. Everybody's going to be automatically upgraded to the VIP membership if you jump in today, which simply means now you could go get a lifetime worth of opportunities from Apollo without ever worrying about another ongoing cost. Look, Jack didn't want me to do this. The publisher didn't want me to do this, but I convinced everybody this is a good deal. Let's get some people in. Let's have some fun. What do you say, Jack? Let's have some fun.
I think we should, but this is crazy what you set up.
This is not all, though. This is not all. Because my staff and I aren't actually writing any of these alerts. I don't actually have to hit Deanna. I don't actually have to hit anybody in the background to send these alerts. The algorithm does it all these custom alerts. I can dramatically cut down the price on Apollo, just enough to cover the ongoing maintenance costs and the data feeds, and give you a great deal to get in. So instead of paying $4,000 for a year, we're going to slash $2,000 off that price. But that's not all. I'm going to do it again. Let's slash another half off from there for early bird buyers that take action today. So we're talking about VIP access to everything we're talking about on a re-release special here for $9.95 for a lifetime access.
What I can't believe.
Plus all the future updates. Now, this special deal is not going to last. All right? So if you want to take these trades, if you want to get on these and put it to work for you, today is the day to do it. Because this new list upgrade, adding in the best option picks, plus another bonus I'm going to share at the very end, well, the price is going up, not down. After we fill these 99 spots right here. 98, Jack's already bought one. After we fill these 98 spots, we're cranking up the price. And it's probably going to be higher than it originally was right here. So there's 99 slots available at a special deal for the re-release right here. And it wouldn't be shocked if we sell this thing out in 24 hours. So if you're ready to grab a lifetime access to the all-new Apollo algorithm right here, the all-new upgrades, and you want to do it for the lowest price that we're ever going to do this again, hit the link in the chat right now. Man, Blake's dropping it in there. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. Call the team 904-706-3539. If you got like credit on your account or you got multiple payment plan, you got split cards, need to put 1,000, need to put 500 here and 495 over here, whatever it might be. Only $9.95 for lifetime access today. There are 99 of these spots available. After that, price is going up. Click that link in the chat, JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. And Jack was like, "What are you doing, man? Why are you offering this for so cheap?"
Well, I was ready to pay the $4,000 or $5,000. I didn't make it through the full presentation. I know what this thing is worth. I mean,
We sit here and trade the results of this thing all the time.
I know what it's worth. Just being honest, the people can make $5,000 on one trade. People have made over 4,000 on one trade. Not saying you will. I'm just saying that nothing is going to give you the opportunity to have a profit so big it has a comma in it like this thing. But this 99, you don't want to be the 100th person. This is just unbelievable. I'm sure the price will go back up to 4 or 5 grand because that's really what it's worth. But 995 for life, man, I don't know that.
It's a special release just for me, making some upgrades. Give a few
This
people
is
a special opportunity. First come, first serve, right here. Once they're sold out, they're sold out. $9.95 for lifetime access. Special sweetheart deal right here. Now, I got something else. Jack. On
all right.
top of everything we've talked about.
I'm already sent out, so go ahead, hit me up.
Now, the Apollo algorithm at $9.95, that's a heck of a deal, right? Heck of a deal. What if I make this even sweeter? When you grab one of those 99 spots, you're going to get access to my personal Apollo trade room. Now, I don't take a lot of these trades necessarily. I'm kind of a retired trader. I come out of the woodwork for the best of these setups. And here's how this Apollo trade room works. When I see something fire off that just really, I've been watching in the background and I really want a piece of the action, it's got a huge win rate, a nice risk reward, all the things I look for, you're going to be the first one to know I'm placing a real money trade. That
Hold
means
on.
you can.
They got to pay an upgrade for that?
No, this is included on the VIP for free
Wow. This
right
is
here.
better, man. So I get to see the trades you're taking. That means I don't even have to think.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
I don't
This
have
is
to any trade. I can do what you do.
as
No,
long as you buy the VIP upgrade, the VIP membership. This is the only thing we're offering today is the VIP for $9.95. As long as you get that, this is only open for Apollo members who historically have bought the VIP upgrade right here. Look at some of the trade alerts that I put out in this room, like 45% on UBS, 47% on AA, 86% gain on Oracle, 90% gain on TQQQ, 150% gain on OKTA. My opinion, these trades up the value 10 times or more. I mean, we should probably charge $2,000 just for the trade alerts on an annual basis.
I thought an upgrade would be that they get your room for another 2 or 3 grand. I can't believe you're giving away lifetime for free, your trading room for free, the options picker for free. That's new.
Yeah, and then I even have something extra special I'm going to share at the end that you don't even know about. It didn't even exist yesterday when we did the walkthrough. Something even new I built this morning. Because you're here today, you don't pay $19.95 for trade alerts. You get those included for free in the $9.95. Consider it my way of saying thank you for joining this re-release of Apollo. And you won't need to pay anything extra next year or any time after that because you're automatically upgraded to lifetime access if you jump in today. That means you get lifetime access to the Apollo smart algorithm, all the alerts, all the upgrades, lifetime access to my personal trades that I do with the Apollo algorithm, plus any other future upgrades. I mean, I already decided to make another upgrade today. You get all the future upgrades, all for just $9.95 right here today. But remember, this is a last call. This is a first call and a last call, all in one, right here. We're going to shut this down after 99 spots. I have no idea if it's ever going to release for this cheap again. In fact, if Jack has anything to do with it in the background, he's going to ensure I don't release it for this kind of price ever again. So save yourself $500 today, at least. Don't pay more than you have to. $9.95 for lifetime access right here. 98 slots available because Jack took one. And if you're one of the new members who joins right here in this room, I'm going to give you a trade logger that automatically logs the trade. I'll give you access to that right in your members area, worth probably $1,000. This thing jumps in, logs the trades automatically. You can see all the open trades, all the closed trades, all the winners, all the losers, right there for free. It's kind of a special cheat sheet of where available nowhere else. I don't even know anybody else that has something as automatic and cool as this. Jack and I talk about somebody else's software all the time on our show, and it doesn't even do it automatically. So this thing is in the members area right there. That's
the trade tracker.
Yeah, that's the trade tracker automatically does it right in the members area. And if you want to claim the special bonus, you got to sign up right here today. There are over 2,434 trades in that trade tracker already. Lifetime access, $9.95 right here.
Well, Jeffrey, I know you've worked hard on these latest upgrades. You're passionate about that and you use it too. But let's hear from some of the current Apollo members and what they have to say so far. Jason's bringing in $4,000 a month using Apollo. Patrick is at a 92% profitable win rate. Peter B had 7 of 8 trades in the green. That's awesome. Andrew had his best profit day ever. That's what we hope more people get. And I got to tell you, every single one of you here in this webinar, you have the same talent and ability as Andrew and everybody you see here today. You just need to take action. Like Ed, all I can say is Apollo rocks. Started 3 months ago. Example of my account speaks volumes. It already paid for itself. David A., I'm waking up to see these trades closed automatically for a nice profit. 17 wins, 1 loss, and 4 cooking. Stephen S. paid for it in just a few trades. How many people have had 17 wins in a row? Wow. James M. also paid for Apollo membership in the first week. A lot of people are doing that. Donald S. win rate 88.6. Look at this. 80 closed trades. That's a guy that sticks with the system. And look at those results from sticking with the system. Laura P. closed 26 trades, 22 winners. Amazingly, a lot of these alerts are on low price tickers. So there you go. Not a lot to do it. Now look at Edward W. This is an action taker. $60,000 on Apollo trades. Man, that's
700. He took 700 of these.
you believe
Right
that?
there.
That is, that's the opportunity. You don't have to take 700 trades, people, but if you're somebody that likes it, you're going to be constantly spoon-fed with the highest conviction trades every day. And keep in mind, all those stories came from before the latest upgrades Jeffrey did to Apollo, and he's still going to do more. Now, before Apollo picks the best matching options for you automatically.
Yeah, I think, Jack, these are amazing stories. I'm proud of everybody. I'm proud of Ed, proud of Laura, proud of David, proud of Patrick, Andrew, all the people that we just showed off right there. Proud of all of them for taking action and getting in on these. So if you're watching right now, join us. Get in on this. Secure your access. This is a pre-release price. This thing is coming out this week. We may even bump the price this week once it comes out, and if it's so popular right here. 98 slots available. Jack said I already see a few people buying. There's less than that. The team's already hitting me here saying these slots are going fast. So $9.95, limited access right here, lifetime access, limited spots. Oh, excuse me. Whew. If there's one thing I want you to remember from this class, it's this. If you've been struggling to gain consistency from your own trading, it's not because you're a bad trader. You just need a practical, data-driven approach, one that gives you a clear, structured framework for entering and exiting trades. Apollo does this. You wait for the alert. This one on Palantir, read that it's set up for a breakout right there in the next 3 days. You knew it had a 79% historical win rate on this pattern. You simply set up the trade right here. Profit target, stop loss, back to your day, back to doing whatever it is you love to do, and watch it take off like a rocket ship. With the selected options, potentially 68% gain on Palantir. Another one on Trade Desk right here, same day. 42% gains right there on the selected options. Another one on ISRG, maker of the Da Vinci robot. Boom, 64% gain on ISRG. $2,500 into each of those trades. Could have been over $6,000 profit, which would have more than covered the cost for you and a few friends to get this thing, and you still had money to take everybody out to lunch just from a few trades. Grab your lifetime membership, only $9.95. I'm probably going to take this insane deal off the table. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. Lock it in. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo. If you got questions, call the team. 904-706-3539. Phone number's right in the chat.
Jeffrey, this offer is a true no-brainer. Now, before we open up the chat and break away for some live trading and look at this stuff really quick, I want to ask you a few questions that I see people are asking, like, can members begin receiving these automatic alerts as soon as today?
Well, since it's Saturday, and we did this on Saturday because there's no market open, we're not going to get alerts today. But come Monday morning, I think Apollo's going to be generating alerts, and you can get those via Telegram or Discord right away. Both programs completely free. Both run a web browser, easy to sign up, easy to set up. Instructions are in the members area after you join.
Now, how many alerts can we expect per day?
Now, I've back tested tens of thousands of these trades, and the final data shows we typically get an average of 3 to 5 a day. Some days, the biggest day we've ever had, we had 41 trades kick off in a single day. The lowest day had none. When the market was absolutely boring and dead, there nothing fired off.
Well, that's probably good because it keeps you out of the ruts.
Yeah, and all of them, all the ones that have fired off, even the back test, even the live trades, everything right around a 74% win rate. Right on
Strong.
par with the live results with 73% right there.
Now, is this for beginners?
I think so, especially with the latest upgrades, because I'm picking out the options trade and I'm even picking out a spread trade. That's the big upgrade I didn't tell anybody. I'm going to add a spread trade, a debit spread trade that you can take advantage of. If you don't like call options and they're too expensive, I'm going to give you a debit spread trade option that you can play too. All picked out.
On top of the regular calls that you gave them?
Yeah, so you could play both if you wanted to. You could buy the call and buy the debit spread.
Now,
It's all going to be picked out for you automatically.
I could buy the stock, or I could buy calls. And
Yep.
in addition to that, you're saying that I could do spreads?
Yeah, I'm going to give you.
One of the three or all three?
You can do everything, Jack. I know you love to take the triple crown, as you call it, yeah, where you get in all sorts of things. I mean, you could do it all if you wanted to. My recommendation is pick the one that fits best with you.
All
But
right.
shares are a way to play for most. Everybody can play shares. If you want to do spreads, you can do it. If you don't have spread permission, you don't have call option permission, you don't have to. The biggest gains come from calls, but the biggest costs come from straight calls. We're gonna have big gains with debit spreads and a lower cost, and it does cap the gains though. And then of course you can always play with shares. In fact, the algorithm trades shares and puts it in the trade log. And it's my goal to help you become a better trader all around.
So that's also great. Everything you've added to this is amazing, but I know people are going to want to know, is there a guarantee?
No, of course. There's I put a ton of my heart and soul into this thing. It's my favorite pattern in the entire market. I'm going to give you 14 days to kick the tires, and if you don't like it after that, you can get your money back. But my goal is to try to get as many trades as possible out there. I mean, it's all automatic, so it's up to the market, but we're going to give out as many awesome trades as we possibly can, all automatically with this algorithm in the next 2 weeks. Plus, if you're just having a hard time, if you're not able to work Telegram, if you're not able to work Discord, if you're not able to get the alerts, you're not able to figure out what the devil it even means, you're just having a hard time, you can go visit my customer support live every single day, prosperitypub.com/help, 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern. They're there, Cam and Gustavo, live during market days to help you out. If you don't go get help, if you don't go visit them, this is on you. They're there. They know how this works. They know how the algorithm works. They can show it off. They can help you get in the trades. They have access to Discord. They can help you everything you need to know right there. prosperitypub.com/help. Go get that help every day.
Okay, now can you break down an Apollo alert for me one more time? There's a lot of great info on here. Break it down for me.
Absolutely. We get the ticker. That's the first thing we get right up here. Then we get the historic win rate. We get the profit factor on top of that. We get the average duration of the trade. And it gives you kind of like consider some options. Now, in the past, people had a lot of trouble with that. So now I've upgraded it to actually make an option pick in the kind of ideal target range of time frame, so you don't run out of time 99% of the time. It is a conservative option pick. If you wanted to be more aggressive, you do you. And it's also going to give you a debit spread right there for a lower cost way. It gives you the target, it gives you the entry trigger. If you want to trade shares, gives you the stop loss, all included, gives you that chart right there. You can see the high of the pattern. You can see the low of the pattern. You can see the close above the 618. You can see the profit target right up there on the chart. Everything you need to trade that breakout without even going to any platform at all and pulling up a chart. It's about the best deal I could possibly do in a trade alert. Plus, I give those new best option pick, like I said, on top of this. Plus, not even written into the slideshow, I'm going to give you a debit spread trade to lower the cost if that's what you want to do.
It's awesome.
Don't miss this pre-release special price. First come, first serve. 90, probably 90, and probably 70 slots left now. The team's like blowing up in the background here. $9.95 lifetime access right here today. We only had 99 spots available. Jack already took one. Lots of people already jumping in.
Now, why not? Why will you not invest in yourself and take action on something that can give you a lifetime of opportunities on a daily basis? Every day the stock market's open, you give me the stock, the confidence rating, the profit target. Phew, this is unbelievable, man. Now you're giving me the options if I want to buy calls. And now on top of that, you're giving me if I want to do a spread, you're giving me the exact strikes, everything I need. You're spoon feeding me the cream of the crop. Man, why would I not take one for $9.95? That's a no-brainer.
This alert fired off right here on Friday, right before the close on Rayathon, right here. There's the high. Here's the low. Nice three-wave ABC. Absolutely beautiful correction into the low. Bounced off the roadmap line on this 30-minute chart right here. Kicked off the entry. 75% likely to go up here. But wait, we look at it. This one's actually a little light. It's actually 68%. 1.2. That's right on pace with tens of thousands of trades right there. I like it. I picked this to give out to everybody. Now, the entry target or entry price was 209. That happened. That was already in, that happened on Friday. The target, 216.59. The stop, 199.10. If you're looking at this, if it opens up Monday, it's above 216.59, the trade's done. If it's below 199.10, the trade's done. Anything in between, you do you. You have to pick if you want to do this trade. If you want to play an options trade, I'd probably go with maybe a, let's say 210, possibly 215 strike option. Playing for that 216.56 target. You set the alert on your own chart. If you don't join, there's a freebie trade for you right there. Where's the option pick? I didn't finish the code until today for this thing. Didn't have an option pick because it wasn't ready for it. Like those alerts are brand new, starting this week. This is the pre-release for this thing right here with a special price for 99 people, $9.95, lifetime access right here today.
You couldn't make it any better, my friend. I can't wait for the market to open.
There you go. What was the ticker? RTX. Right, it was right on the screen. RTX. Take a screenshot. There you go. 3, 2, 1. JeffreyTrader.com/Apollo if you want to join us. 904-706-3539. That's what I got, Jack. Blake, I think you've been fielding questions galore. What we got?
I've been trying to field them off. So the big question is we've been asking in the chat is like, so we get these trades on Discord and Telegram, correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then we get the options trades, right?
Yeah, those will be posted in Discord and in Telegram.
Okay. And they're full call spreads?
So there's different options. You can trade the shares, as Jack and I just went through in the FAQs. You can trade shares. That's completely acceptable. You have the target, you have the stop, you got everything included, the risk even. You can trade a straight call option. The new upgrade is going to pick a call option, an ideal call option for you to trade. And it's going to be conservative. It's going to go out to the kind of the limit. And when we look at one of these, it says 12 to 20 days on average. This thing's going to pick an option out there around 18 to 30 days. All right. It's going to be on the more conservative time so we don't run out of time. All right. That'll be one of the things it does. Now, the new thing that I just added was a bull call debit spread. That pick will be included. So you could do shares, you could do a straight call, or you could do a bull call debit spread.
Three
if
options.
If you want to do something else, you do you.
Yeah. Well, there you go. We had a bunch of people asking, oh, can I do a like a bull put spread, like a credit spread?
Sure. I give you
Do that too.
I give you the chart, I give you the target, I give you all the details, the target, the trigger, the stop loss, everything is included with every alert right there. There's no like upgrades, there's no like different things, all included every alert.
Oh, another big question, Jeffrey. Are these bullish only? Are we trading the downside?
It's always bullish because the market, the last 100 years, every year has had a bullish bias. Jack can talk more about that if he wants to, but the market's bullish. And
You don't want to do bearish trades in a bull market. That's where people get killed. And during a bear market, there's always a bull market somewhere. So
and
it's safe.
and get this, out of the tickers that this is set up on, there are some tickers that are short the market, so they actually go up when the market goes down. So those opportunities only show up when the market's going down.
Awesome stuff.
That's awesome. I'm just looking. I'm reading through the chat. There's so many questions. You guys have been keeping me super busy, so I appreciate that. And I just answer so many that when I get to the end, I'm like, wait, I already answered that.
Let me take a screenshot. I work with my bots on Discord, and it gave me a mock-up of what an alert's going to look like. Let me see if I can screenshot it here and bring it over.
You do that, and then does it also pick up like ETFs and stuff? Like, is the Apollo algo running? Like, is there a set of tickers that it's running on, or is it just the overall market?
I have a set of high probability tickers it runs on that I've already. Okay. I picked the top 400 by options volume, and then I took out some of the ones that are crappy, and that's what it runs on. So it's roughly 300 tickers or so that it's running on every single day, every single 30-minute candle. It's only looking at this stuff with high options volume because I wanted to trade options. I built a tool for me.
Did you have a master class on this?
I did a while back. There's no real new upgrades, so we didn't have a planned masterclass, but I may do one.
And that's in the members area, so if they want to see what the lines on the chart, purple, green, and all that means, they can go watch the masterclass.
Or you can go to my YouTube channel, and I talk about, it's just my market roadmap pattern. It's on a 30-minute time frame. I talk about the market roadmap pattern every single day on YouTube.
And you don't need to take every trade. Just take the ones you want. And if you miss a trade, no big deal, right? You get spoon-fed every single day.
So for those that are here, we found a little nugget of gold in the chat. Like I've had people digging through this stuff. We found that when I give you this risk reward right here, the upside move, $7 versus a risk of $10. Now, when the upside potential, or I guess when the risk is 7 times bigger than the upside potential, those trades tend to lose. Anything bigger than 7 to 1, 7 risk for 1 reward, those trades tend to be losers. Why? I don't know. It's just the statistics we've found. As it gets closer to 1 to 1, which this one's not far off 1 to 1, they tend to be more winners. All right. So there you go. That's a little nugget right there. That's not going to be in the masterclass. It's only been discussed in my Term Market Trading Lab members group. It's a little nugget we found.
Little nugget. There you go. So those lines right there, those are Fibonacci levels, correct?
This line is a 618.
Okay.
And this line up here is a 1.1448, which is 90% of a 1.272. Right there. It's a fib line I made up that ups the win rate by 5%.
That's what I thought. I know you're a big Elliott Wave Fibonacci guy, so I figured that's what those were. Now I know we already went over this in the FAQ. Alerts per day. How many are we getting on average, you think? 3 to 5?
3 to 5 is what the team says is in the win. This is a mock-up the bot that my Eris bot did right here. This is not exactly what it's going to look like, but it's going to give you the ticker. It's going to give you the entry, target, stop, a suggested call option with the price, and then a debit spread, 1 wide, if you want to take it, right there with a net debit, a max profit, an ROI. It's cheaper, but cap profit right there. That's what an alert will now look like, kind of. It'll look a little different. I'll Discord it up, clean it up just a little bit. If you're in Telegram, it'll probably kind of look like that right there.
Okay. We'd love to see it. And I was actually just checking out the Telegram. I was hoping that there was going to be some new alerts in there, but this is groundbreaking. You just got this done this morning, so I don't know
Yeah,
what I was thinking on that.
yeah. None of these alerts have fired off yet. This is a pre-release special right here. This is before it came out to the public. We were doing this sale right here. It was always intended I would turn this on after we did the sale. So I've just been behind on getting it out and tested. I would have tested it with my Termite Training Lab group, but I didn't get it done. It just wasn't working good. So Monday morning, this is coming out. It's
There
the
you go.
intention. There may be a couple bugs for the first couple weeks until I get it all, I think the bot made pretty impeccable code, but there could be errors. So bear with us. We'll try to get it all worked out.
Awesome. And so this is another good one too. Like these alerts that fire off, do you have any that you're picking out and sending off in particular? Or, you know what I'm trying to ask?
So included is access to my trade room. And if you're in Discord, let me just click over and show. I don't take very many of these. Jack and I discussed this in the background. There is a trade feed where I post the trades that I take. I'm the only one allowed to talk in here. I trade, I post the ones I take right here. And I usually tell you the target I'm going for. And as you can see, like there's just a feed of me taking these trades, and more often than not, they work out in my favor. I'm kind of a retired trader, and I only take the best of those. I don't take very many usually. So, but you get that access to that for free as a lifetime member.
That's just a personal preference that you don't take very many of them. Other people have taken hundreds of them and have done great.
Yeah.
So if I were someone brand new to this, I wouldn't say I'm only going to do the ones Jeffrey's going to do. I would do some on my own, see how I'm doing, and I would do some of yours.
I would paper trade a lot,
Yeah.
and figure out which ones work better for me and which ones don't. Maybe you don't like higher price tickers. That's good. There's a whole smattering of tickers. There's higher price stuff. There's lower price stuff. There's everything in between. It's a whole swath of high options volume trades. You want to do calls, do calls. If you want to do the spreads, do the spreads. You want to do shares, do the shares. It really doesn't I'm not telling you how to trade. I'm giving you a tool. I'm giving you a tool.
Yeah. You're spoon feeding them the setups.
Yep.
And that's awesome. Is there an indicator associated with this all? Just dashboard?
Nope. Just alerts.
Just alerts.
Just trade alerts. When the trade's set up, it gives you the chart. There's no what's going to be coming up. I don't know. It can stay in that accumulation phase indefinitely till it's set up.
Yeah,
so
I
don't know what you would have on a dashboard. That's the team keeps asking me in the background, can you make a dashboard for this? I'm like, what would you put on it?
Right.
Alerts. There is no need for a dashboard.
And that's exactly right. I should have rephrased that better. I mean, the dashboard is Discord.
Or Telegram.
Or Telegram. And we also had another question too, how can we get these alerts? Can we get them on our cell phone? Absolutely. You can download Discord on your phone. You can download Telegram. I don't think you're sending these out via email, so you'd have to have Telegram or Discord, one of the two.
Yeah, the team did not want to put these through one-click. They said one-click wasn't set up to handle automated alerts. So we'll not be in one-click right now. Maybe in the future. I'm working with the team to try to, I've been talking to the main publisher guy. He's like, well, I don't understand why we wouldn't do that. And I was like, I don't either. He goes, let me talk to some people and find out. And he said, well, the verdict is they don't want automated alerts. I don't know. Maybe in the future. We'll see. Right now, it's just Discord and Telegram.
Yes. And it's highly recommended that you join Discord, because when you join today, you're getting lifetime VIP access, which opens you up to join the Discord. And you can join like-minded traders, chat with them. A lot of benefits that. And they can even chat with you, potentially. Right, Jeffrey?
Yeah. And call into the customer service and tell them you want the alerts on one click. I mean, the more people that request it, the more likely the team is to add that. Right now, my hands are tied. I can't do it. They won't let me do it. They said no.
They said no, Jeffrey, you can't do that.
I mean, they basically told me no. So,
all right. Well, fair enough. I'm in your Discord. It's really, really easy to use. Easy to navigate, and we have customer service live that can help you do that if you need it. So we have support that can help you get on that, and get all set up there. Average hold time 3 days. That's roughly.
Yeah, that's an average. Like you said. Here's what the trade tracker looks like. Number of trades open. There's the Rayathon trade right there at the top. RTX right at the top. That was the last trade that fired off. Right there. So it does come with the trade tracker. You can see all these trades. Win, lose, or draw. Some stuff stays open for a couple weeks too. So these are not necessarily. There's an average of 3 days, but they can take 45 candles on average is kind of the average. 30-minute candles. So do the math. That's a few days and roughly 3 days. But the standard deviation is 35 candles. So 3 standard deviations get you 99 percentile is 150 candles. That's roughly 17 days, 17 trading days. So that pushes it out just a little bit further than most people think.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be picking options around 18 to 30 days out in time with the algorithm so that they don't run out of time. Right there. And the statistics for this baby are at the bottom of the page, right down here. You can see 25 trades logged in the past 7 days, 13 are open, 8 are wins, 4 losses. Overall win rate was 66% this week. 2,349 trades logged in the database, 107 are open, 1,611 are wins, 629 are losses. And that's roughly a win rate of 71.8% since June. And total in the database since the beta period, there's over 2,438 in there with a 72.5% win rate.
It's at the bottom of the screen right there, people. 73% win rate at the bottom of the screen. That's what he's talking about.
And that jives with this disclaimer right here, 73% win rate on 2,434. There's actually 2,438 in the record. A couple more closed before, after we wrote this slide and before we went live with the presentation. So
beautiful. And there is a trade tracker with this, so that's great. People were asking. Profit factor. Does your trade tracker show a profit factor at the top, Jeffrey?
No.
No. Okay.
That's each one of the trade alerts does.
Okay.
So we've got it by ticker as far as the profit factor, not by the system. Because you're not going to take all the trades. Nobody's going to take all the trades. I know nobody's going to take all the trades. That's just, it's almost ridiculous to think that you could take all the trades. There's going to be so many trades. Yeah. There's going to be so many trades. So one of these trade alerts, let me just pull up. We had the Rayathon one right back here. Gives you that profit factor right there, 1.2. It's not the same on every ticker. It's different for every ticker. I only have ones that have statistical significant numbers too.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's got less than 30 trades, it's not in here. So that's the way it works. And, what does it look like in Discord? Right there. Same thing it does on the screen.
Yes. That's a screenshot from Discord. For those of you guys that aren't familiar with the Discord text, that is a screenshot from Discord. I can tell.
Right there. And then I'm going to have these new upgrades. Let me see if I can find. Well, we had the screenshot of what I kind of mocked it up to look like, what I gave the AI to make it look like.
We saw that, yeah.
Let me see if I can find it. It's going to be in my Slack.
I'll just tell everybody, while you're looking for that, I'll just say this is a huge upgrade. Because I think previously, to get the options trades, which a lot of people asked about, that was the number one question in the chat was, can we get the options trades? Because those supercharge your returns. You used to have VIP lifetime to get the options trades. Now it's $9.95 for VIP.
Yeah, you used to have the VIP to get my trades, and it never picked out the actual options for you. Like it didn't do that. Like in fact, I tried to. So I built Triple Threat after this system, and because it's a day trade system, and it was only going after a few tickers, I hand coded each ticker to find the exact option. Now Apollo does 300 different tickers, and every one of them had a different time frame on the option. That was hard to try to, I wasn't going to hand code 300 different tickers, and then anytime I changed out a ticker, I had to go back and hand change the code. That was difficult to figure out how to do, and that's partly what I used AI to help me improve the code. So now it uses some, it does generalize it just a little bit, and but it errs on the side of caution and conservativeness. But I think I got it worked out, and we're gonna go live with it on Monday. So,
Beautiful.
what was I looking up? Oh, the
The
screenshot. Yeah.
Yeah. But so that's good. So guys, if you join today, you can get in the Discord this weekend, get locked and loaded and ready to go for Monday at the open when the Apollo Algo fires up and starts firing off alerts. So it's perfect time.
Let's see. Yeah, here we go. This is what. Now this is just on QQQ because it was an example I could fire off on Friday when I was giving the alert to the copywriter, and this is what he used for all the different tickers because this is the only one I ever produced was this one, and this will probably look just a little bit different than the way it actually looks come Monday. But there you go. That's kind of what it's going to look like right there.
Love it.
Discord is where the alerts happen first. So if you want them, the cutting edge, bleeding edge, all these bots that I created run in Discord, and then automation copies them over to Telegram.
Yeah, and Telegram's just like the secondary choice. If you don't have Discord, you don't feel comfortable using Discord, you can use the Telegram. But I highly recommend you join Discord because there's a chat feature where you can ask Jeffrey questions and interact with the community, which just kind of levels up the membership even further, in my opinion.
I live in Discord. I got banned from Telegram. That's
How do you get banned from Telegram?
Somebody reported me as a spammer on Telegram, and the automated system kicked me off Telegram.
Oh my gosh.
So if you talk to anybody that says they're me on Telegram, it's probably not actually me. Or it's a team member. Or it's a team member using my name.
Yeah. Let's see.
My actual phone is banned from Telegram.
Your device is device banned. Oh my gosh. Okay. And the alerts, the new alerts from Eris do show the spread to take.
So Eris is not going to. Eris is just an OpenClaw bot. It wrote this.
It wrote
Mike's Alerts is a Python bot, no AI included, just smarts, algorithm smarts. Mike is going to be the one throwing out these extra alerts.
Okay.
And if it gets too muddy in here, I may break out another channel with just the clean alerts that I just showed you.
Okay.
Right there, just those marked up clean alerts. So,
this is the early access, so we're still trying to get
early
things squared
access.
away.
This is a work in progress here. You're getting the first access to this, first opportunity. Nothing's locked in for sure.
Right. And $9.95 for lifetime, guys. You just can't beat it. That's, what did we say it was originally? It was half off, then you cut the price in half again. I just think it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Really a no-brainer.
It's the best deal I possibly could come up with. Jack thought I was crazy for doing this.
Well, and at first I didn't realize. I was answering questions in the chat. I was like, you have to be VIP to get the, call options and the spreads. And then you said, we're going to upgrade your membership to lifetime. And I said, I rolled that back. I said, never mind. You're going to get all of it today when you join. So that surprised me too. I was just as surprised as Jack was.
Yeah. Hey. It's it is what it is.
Yes, Grant, it is. Yes, and Daryl's asking. Some of these folks are they're ready, man. They're already joining your Discord. They're trying to get assigned the role. They're excited. So that's awesome.
So if you get in Discord, make sure you read the rules. It explains everything. Don't just watch the videos in the members area. Read the rules. I upgrade those often. Make sure you read all the rules. It explains what to do. It explains how to find the channels. And as soon as I get off of here, I can't authorize people while I'm on a webinar. As soon as you do the things it says to do, and I verify you, then you'll have access on Monday morning.
There you go.
All right.
All right. What other questions do you guys have? This is great. Had a bunch of questions, gone over a lot. This new upgrade, seriously, special announcement.
If you want a recording, put your name and email in the chat. We'll get you on the list.
That's right. I'll compile that together and get that sent off. to the team. We'll get those emailed out to you as soon as we can.
All right, everybody.
All right. Thanks for joining us today, and invest in yourself. Get your lifetime access locked into Apollo Algo for just $9.95. You're going to be glad.
Somebody looking for me on X. I don't know how you can't find me on X.
There's only one Jeffrey Turnmeyer. As long as you spell your name right, there's no one else on there. So
Yeah, I've not seen any other. I've not even run across any that were kind of close. But
yeah. Hey, thanks, Jack. I know you're out of here, but thanks for being here, Jack.
it looks right like, I mean, right like this right here.
Yep. Oh yeah. And you're verified. You got that blue check mark and
Blue check mark. There's trades posted right like that. There's nothing else in here. There's no like. And there's a thing about Eris right there.
mm-hmm.
So
Johnny, I'm sure if you wanted the roadmap line, Jeffrey could send that to you.
I share it for free on YouTube.
I was gonna say it's free on YouTube, or you can pay a couple bucks for it.
Yeah, so
It's up to you.
I'll throw some links in the chat.
Maria's wanting to know how to pick the shortest hold time. She wants the returns as quick as possible.
So in the alert, like if you want to go on the low end, you don't have to follow the bot pick. You can put it as tight as possible. You may run out of time. Like the option may go to 0 before it works out. But it does pick right there the average trade duration 3.8 days. So you could go out 4 days or the next not next options expiration past that if you want to play options. It's like this one, 4.2 days. Yeah, rolling on up here, this one, 2.4 days. And this one, 4.4 days. So every one of them is in here. Like they're all different. There's no universal to it except the options picks that I'm doing, and they're going to be conservative. The spread will be in there. Yes. Like that was a new upgrade I just did.
Yep. This morning, actually.
Yeah, this morning. That's a brand new. That wasn't in there before. That wasn't even in the presentation. That's a new thing I just coded in. I'll pull up the mocked up example once again, in case anybody missed it. Right here. This is the mocked up example. What an alert will look like. It'll be a little cleaner and fancier and have a logo and stuff, but picks the ticker. This is not a real alert. This is a mocked up example. It'll have the option pick. It'll have a debit spread with all the prices and everything included. It'll have the entry, the target, the stop for shares, all right there. So shares, call options, debit spreads.
That's awesome. And Jeffrey, I would not be surprised if the next time we do this presentation, a year from now, if that win rate hasn't shot up. Because now we're adding in these spreads, and I know spreads increase your win rate and lower your break even. So they're super powerful.
So the win rate is all based off of shares.
Oh, okay.
So, I don't know that we'll track the options separately, but they're going to be thrown out there for everybody.
Well, there you go. So if you guys are taking the spreads, just know that you probably have an actual higher win rate because of the fact that they insulate you from volatility. I guess shares is the same way. Never mind.
Shares is, shares it either hits or it misses.
Right. Yeah. Yep. That's a good point.
So the spreads, you could run out of time and it still hit. I don't know.
That is true. That's a good point.
And then I need to throw in the market roadmap if people want just that.
Yeah, throw it in there for them. I need to save that link for myself too, so I can start dropping that. So administrator is asking if you've upgraded the Apollo algorithm. That was the whole point of this presentation. Yes, we have upgraded the Apollo algorithm. We've made some big sweeping changes to it, and then we're also adding in VIP lifetime today for $9.95, so you can get in. It's like an early access special. Andrew says I'm all in. Sledge says I will love it. That's great. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, Sledge is a great guy. Sledge is Patrick that we gave the examples from in the chat here. He loves this algorithm. It's basically, this is the core algorithm that runs everything I do, whether you know it or not. It runs CashBot, it runs the Apollo just on different time frames. It runs Cashbot, runs Triple Threat, runs Echo Trades, runs the daily setups that I show on YouTube every day. And it's the market roadmap pattern. It's
Oh yeah, that website is not working.
which one was that?
The jeffreytrader.com/MRMYT.
What did I type wrong? Jeffreytrader.com. Oh, I left out
TR.
R. I left out an R. Let me see if I can edit that. Delete that.
Here, I can.
I'm not copying it off anything. I'm just typing it in.
Yeah, well, I just noticed that.
Yep.
That was.
There we go.
You
That
got
should
it?
work.
Okay.
That should work. It
Yep,
goes to the right
there you
page.
go. Yeah, that works.
$5.
No, so Larry, that's the really cool thing about what we're doing today. So this $9.95 is lifetime. You're automatically upgraded to VIP. And then we also had some questions too, Jeffrey. And I think this is the right answer for this. So like, let's say you had Apollo Algo for 2 years, and maybe you paid, I don't know, $1,200.
Paid more.
You paid more, right? You paid more. To upgrade to VIP it would only be $9.95, which is cheaper.
You might as well do this today. I think it's the cheapest upgrade price. It's the cheapest anything we've offered.
It is. I went and looked because I have to check because I know people ask it all the time. I went and checked.
We're just cutting out all the extra crap for 99 slots. But once those are filled, and I've already scrolled through and seen at least 30 or 40 orders. Gosh. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how many slots do we have left open here, Jeffrey? I mean, I know I took one, Jack took one, so that left 97 slots, 98 slots.
I'm seeing at least 30, 40. There might not be many slots left, and by the end of the night, there may not be any.
So right now, there's probably 30 to 40 slots left. Ed signed up. Great.
Yeah, I see Steven signed up, Jeffrey signed up, Trevor, Andrew, I see you in here, Frank, Rizwan, Caron, Daryl, Ann, Philip, Craig, Lynn, Doug, Bruce, John, Ray. I mean, I can keep going. Steven, Susan, Jimmy, Roy. If anybody's still here, thank you for jumping in. Jerry,
Yeah.
Jason, another Steven.
And thanks for
Mary.
being here on a Saturday, too. My gosh.
Yeah, so
Took some time out of the weekend to come hang out with Jack and Jeffrey and myself and learn about this brand new system. We appreciate that so much.
Eduardo, I just see yours came through. Mark, just see yours. Ray, Ted. Thank you all so much.
Yeah.
We've had I released this July in 24 originally. And I've been doing some work to upgrade this. Like I said, using Eris, which is my OpenClaw bot, one of my OpenClaw bots, to make upgrades. Everything goes live on Monday morning. It could fail. I may need to make some upgrades. Further upgrades, typos, whatever might be the problem. I'll do the best I can to keep it running. And yeah, so you're gonna get everything.
You'll be along, and you'll be along for the ride.
So, for the lifetime.
For the life. Need
All
we
right.
say more?
If you want the day trade system, it's Triple Threat is the only day trade system that I have, and that's you'll just have to call the team 904-706-3539. Ask them about that if you want that.
Oh yeah, I guess Cashbot technically those expire at the end
Next
of the day,
day.
so it's not so it's not like a day trading.
And
dang, I almost said Triple Threat, and then I was like, well, the Cashbot.
I do a beer money trade that is a day trade, but it doesn't count as a day trade because it just expires. It doesn't actually close, but
right, which is the same thing Cashbot does, just expires.
Yeah. Anyway, any other questions?
We've answered so many.
Yeah, the beer money trade is a cash cow.
Yeah, and that's a free one you just give out on X. Jeffrey Turnmeyer. Search him on X. Thanks, Maria.
I just try to help people. I'm not saying this is this is going to solve all your financial problems or anything like that. This is just an algorithm. I love it. I trade it. I talk about it every day on the show that Jack and I do, Market Masters. You can come watch us there every day. Throw that link in the chat.
Throw all the links in there.
We throw just Jack and I just throw out free trades for everybody. That's occasionally I sell stuff, but this has been in the background for a while. The biggest complaint was people had a hard time picking the options trades. So
Mm-hmm.
now I'm doing it for you.
Do it for you.
I don't know. To me, it made sense. Like you get the entry, you get the target, you get the stop. You just pick an option trade between the entry and the target. That's about this many days, but that just was too much for some people. So we're just cutting out all that crap and giving
And
you an options pick.
and those candles, Jeffrey, is that the 4 hour? Is that the daily? What are those candles?
Those are 30 minutes.
30
minute
minutes. Okay.
Apollo runs on a 30-minute time frame.
There you go. There's your answer to that, Lee.
I
And
say
that's a typical trade, Johnny, by the way. What you're looking at right there is exactly how the alert's going to look.
oh, this is a live trade. This was a live trade from Friday. The last trade
Yeah.
that went off on Friday.
Yep. Well, then, Larry, this would work for you. Larry's only bought shares. There you go.
It has shares trades right there. And they're going to be simplified. Like I said a few times now, we're going to have, the new cleaned up alerts are going to look like this right here. Let me grab the thing, pull it over. It's going to be cleaned up a little bit more than this, but this is basically what it's going to look like. It's going to have the ticker, the entry, the target, the stop, an option pick, and a debit spread pick. Right there.
Beautiful. And take a screenshot of that if you need to, guys. Take a picture of that if you want to know what the alerts look like. Though there'll be much more of this to come.
And this is not a real live alert because this is a mock-up from today's prices while the market's closed.
Right.
Right there.
So that's just an example of what it could look like.
And you see it jumped out to the 27th. So about, like I said, 18 to 30 days out in time. It's a conservative pick. And it'll do this for every alert that fires off on Monday. So
beautiful.
Right there.
Average option cost. Any idea?
It's all over the place because the prices are all over the place.
Right. That's usually my go-to with that. It depends on the ticker because
it's like Rayathon right
cheaper than some others.
Rayathon's going to be pretty pricey at $200, but
right.
Apple's going to be a little bit cheaper. But if something fired off on Hut, which we had some examples of, or SoFi, those are going to be way cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
So.
And that's the great thing about this, something for everybody. 3 to 5 alerts per day. Like Jeffrey said, there's nobody that's really going to take all of these alerts. You're going to take the ones that work for you, which is the cool thing about it.
Yep. It's a waterfall of opportunity every day. You could take them all. You'd have to be really aggressive, but and have a big account probably. There's a bunch of them open right now too. So.
And there is a trade tracker that you include with this, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what
the automated trade tracker. The automated trade tracker just tracks shares. It doesn't track options trades. We haven't had options trades until Monday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there you go. Well, and Ed just asked a really good question too. He's like, "Do you have an email?" Normally, I don't believe you do that. I don't think you have email that you give out to people. But that's why we have the Discord where there's a chat that you can actually ask Jeffrey questions.
So speaking of SoFi, here's one that fired off on SoFi on Friday at 1:00. Right here.
There you go.
Here's a second bonus trade right here. I'm not jumping behind this one, but it does have a 92.8% historical win rate and a profit factor of 2.4. Usually lasts 4.2 days on average. Average is, take 2 of anything. One's above average, one's below average. So be careful. I'm going with an average.
Mm-hmm. So that's about an average.
Entry was 1896. Target was 1968. Stop is 1712. It's very tight compared to, and this one's closer to a 2 to 1. Risk 2 to make 1. It's almost getting close to a 3 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
And the higher the risk for the reward, the lower probability we've seen that be. Average trade is 45 candles across tens of thousands of these trades, all time frames. So if you're talking about a 30-minute time frame, that's around 3 days.
Mm-hmm. Rubber, that is a rumor, not confirmed.
I don't know. Something was supposed to get added at the end of the day. I don't think anything did.
Yeah, I heard that in Profit Panel. That's just another. They talked about that 3 months ago. Hasn't happened yet. We'll wait and see. Okay.
Ask AI. Let's see. Effective March 23rd. That says the announcements from yesterday was that VRT, LITE, COHR, and SATS are going to be added. So SoFi did not make the cut.
Okay. What other questions do you guys have? Yeah, sorry, Stevens. We're talking about SoFi being added to the S&P 500. Didn't happen.
It was not.
Yeah, it was not. It was not. Your enthusiasm is contagious, says Robin.
Hey, I amp it up for this. I'm my energy level comes and goes.
Yeah, I feel you on that one. I certainly understand that now about the energy level. I'll tell you what, man. Comes and goes.
Yeah, my youngest is 20 something. So
yeah, well, you know right where I am. So yeah, SoFi cannot catch a break in it. Okay. Any other questions that you guys have for Jeffrey? Here's a big question. Do you have a masterclass that you're planning to do anytime soon for this?
The team didn't set us up for one, but we might do one, depending on how many people get in and if there's demand for it.
Okay. I know that's something people
nothing's
ask.
really changed from, I don't really have alerts to show off or anything. So it was kind of like a pre-release thing. And after the alerts come out for a couple of weeks, we may do one. The kind of update on the new alerts and everything and how they're working. But the new alerts haven't been out yet. That's why they're not in this screenshot right here.
Right.
It's brand new. It's a
That was
pre-release.
this morning, guys. That was this morning. It's 3:00. It was this morning.
And the market's not open, so
yes.
We may have one. The masterclass that's there is good. I mean, it does like there's no real changes in the system, in the core system. It's just a change to the alerts and how they're going to work and the and what you get right now if you're one of these 100 slots or 99 slots or maybe it's 40 slots left. So just for those that wonder if I make money in the market, here you go.
Yeah, show them off. Show them the K info.
There you go. Do I make money in the market? Here's the past year. I started this account tax day last year. This is verified profit and losses. All trades verified. This downloads straight from a broker. I can't hide trades. I can't delete trades. I can't edit trades. Straight from a broker, 2K info. They verify it, post it publicly. $77,000 in this account. I started with 75,000. I've added 10 more thousand, took out money along the way to pay bills. I don't know how much money is how much money is money I put in there and how much money is money that I made in the market at this point. The account's worth about 120,000. On the balance, there is some net open loss on a few things I'm holding doing the wheel strategy on, like TSLL, TOCU, CMG, Chewy. And I've got shares of those things. I do the beer money trade in here. I do a couple other trades in here. I do the new improved green light income alert trade in here. So there you go.
I love that K info. Look at that. Up and to the right, baby. That's what your account's going to look like. You start trading with Jeffrey.
Yeah. And accelerating.
Yeah. No kidding. Accelerating. And it's only March. What's that going to look like in December? I'll be here to find out. Hopefully you are all as well.
Yeah, look at the 3 months so far. This is from early December to now. One loser day. Everything else is green.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like taking losses.
And Jeffrey, you use Tasty Trade for everything, don't you?
Not everything. This is Robinhood. This account.
Oh, okay.
This account is tied to Robinhood.